If not now, then when? That's what a lot of folks up here are asking on Press Row as the Knicks get set to defend their season against the Indiana Pacers, trailing the Eastern Conference Finals 3-1, and they'll have a chance to defend home court, hoping to get their first win in the series in 3 tries against the Pacers at MSG. Welcome aboard, everybody. Alongside Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. We are locked and loaded for Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. A lot to dive into, but first let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
For the best basketball talk every afternoon, don't miss NBA Today with Justin Termini and Eddie Johnson from 4 to 7 Eastern on NBA Radio Channel 86 and the Sirius XM app.
From the Mecca of basketball, New York City, Madison Square Garden hosting the Knicks and the Pacers for Game 5. After falling behind 2-0 in the series, Monica, it was always going to be a tough ask for the Knicks to go into Indiana and win 2 games in 3 days there. But they've done enough to inspire a little bit of hope that if they force a Game 6, which would be back in Indiana on Saturday, one standalone game on the road doesn't seem impossible. But, of course, it starts tonight. What is your hope meter looking like for the Knicks to try to pull off the first 3-1 comeback since the bubble playoffs in 2020?
Well, Tyler, I try my best to be consistent, and you and I, in chatting with our fans via Instagram prior to Game 4, said if Game 4 did not go the way that Knicks fans would hope, we still felt like this team had found something in Game 3, and so I'm going to hold on to that. I think that there is pride here. I think that there is confidence here. I think this team does not want to see the Pacers celebrate here in the Garden, and I think they're going to have to dig deep, and they understand that. They got to dig deep in terms of protecting their home court tonight here in Game 5.
Do you think that Game 4 was more winnable than the 9-point deficit at the final horn would display? In other words, do you think this Knicks team is good enough to take 3 games in a row from the Pacers, considering the entire point differential across 4 games is just plus 11 for Indiana?
You don't know until you try.
Yeah.
I understand, and especially if you look at Vegas right now, I understand that is a tall task, and the odds are stacked against the Knicks. But the first step to getting 3 would be to get this game here tonight. And so I think you take it literally 1 game at a time, and beyond that, a possession at a time. I was disappointed in Game 4 immensely, and I do think that the game was much closer than the 9 points suggested. I thought that there were some critical moments where the team lacked focus, and that was the part that was frustrating to me because I have watched this team. We have watched this team pull out 20-point deficits, find a way, and part of finding a way is being smart when you are presented with opportunities.
Yeah, they had 14 turnovers to Indiana's 11 in that game. Actually, it was 17 to 11 with Knicks giveaways. We'll get to the official starting lineups and opening tip in just a bit. But first, let's send it down to the voice of MSG, Mike Walshewski.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, for Game 5 of the 2025 NBA Eastern Conference Finals presented by Lexus. Tonight's matchup features the Indiana Pacers and your New York Knicks. Now, if you are able, please rise, remove your hats. Here to present our nation's colors, please welcome the Fire Department of New York. And here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, introducing Emmy Award-winning Billboard chart-topping violinist, Damian Escobar. Brian Escobar.
Wonderful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. And over 19,000 fans here at MSG, hoping that's not the last time they'll hear the national anthem in these hallowed grounds before the season is over. The Knicks have lost 3 of the first 4 games in this series. They need to win 3 of the final 3. And of course, they won't get a chance to come back here on what would be a Monday night Game 7 unless they win here this evening and then go to Indiana for Game 6 and win it there on Saturday. But of course, one game at a time. Certainly a cliche, but it feels so fitting in a series like this for each of the first 4 games. Absolutely could have gone the Knicks' way or the Pacers' way. Let's get to the officials, brought to you by London Jewelers. It's a Zach Zarba crew this evening. Zarba was the crew chief for the Game 1 Pacer win here in the series opener. Josh Tiven and James Williams on the crew as well. Those are your officials, brought to you by London Jewelers. Visit them today at any of their 7 locations, including the Americana Mall and the mall at Short Hills. Starting lineups for the visiting Pacers. No changes for Rick Carlisle, Tyrese Halliburton, and Andrew Nembhard in the backcourt. Halliburton had what a lot of people are calling a perfect game. And on the surface, yeah, pretty impressive what he did in Game 4. A 32-point triple-double, 15 assists, 12 rebounds, and perhaps most impressively, he did not turn the ball over. But I'm going to call it a no-hitter because he shot 48% from the field. Tough to have a perfect game when you shoot below 50%. Andrew Nembhard did not have a perfect game. He was 1 of 9 from the field on Tuesday, but still managed to have a +3 rating by the end of the night. Aaron Nesmith and Pascal Siakam on the wings. Nesmith listed as questionable again with that ankle injury, but he's back in there, shooting 52% from downtown in the playoffs. That's the best in the NBA postseason. Pascal Siakam had a 30-point night overshadowed on Tuesday by the triple-double from Tyrese Halliburton. 11 fourth-quarter points from Pascal Siakam, including a big three-pointer that made it a 9-point game with just 4 minutes left. So many of the Knicks comebacks have obviously been fueled by missed shots from the team that's leading. We saw plenty of that in the Celtics series, but a shot like Siakam made, that essentially ended the comeback bid. In the middle, it's Miles Turner, and frankly, the Knicks have done a good job keeping him in check so far. He's just 4 for 17 in this.
Hey basketball fans, thanks for hanging out with us tonight here on Toronto Sports Insider. I had to get the SOP True in there for their help in this Playoff Pulse campaign so far. What a night we have tonight. Will the Pacers get it done? Will they take on Oklahoma City Thunder? Our Canadian MVP SGA and company are waiting for the winner of this series. The Pacers can get it done tonight, or the Knicks are going to fight like heck to stave off elimination at the Garden, the best, the biggest, the baddest, the most amazing arena in the world. And the Knicks announcer will definitely make sure you know that. Let us know in the poll which radio feed you want to listen to while we hang out tonight, and make sure you've done all those cool YouTube things. Please hit the like button, share this link out, subscribe if you're new here, welcome in, turn on that bell so you don't miss it. Let us know where you're watching from in the chat, and check out that pinned message and help us raise money for SickKids Hospital in Toronto. Now let's get back to the basketball. Oh yeah, we're live for the Blue Jays and the A's as well as the hockey game, the Oilers and the Stars. We'll see you back in the chat.
Association white uniforms. It says New York on the front in orange, numbers in orange on front and back, and the last names are in blue on the back of the uniform above the numbers. And the Pacers are in their gold unis. Pretty sure they've worn these the entire series. Says Indiana on the front in navy blue, same color for the numbers on front and back. As we will tip it off in just a moment. Monica McNutt, we have not seen a good start from the Knicks at any point in this series. In fact, it's been a bit of a puzzling trend the entire postseason. Of course, they've earned their way to Game 5 in the third round of the playoffs. With Minnesota being eliminated, the Knicks are one of the final 3 teams standing in the NBA. But what's it going to take to get off to a better start in a literal must-win Game 5?
What I will say is that the slow starts are becoming more and more taxing as this series wanes. A good start to me is deliberate on both sides of the basketball. The stats on the Pacers in the first 9 seconds are off the charts. They're shooting like 60+% when they score in the first 9 seconds. You have to make them play deeper into the shot clock, and for the Knicks, you have to get a quality look. And tonight's got to be a night where the rim is as big as an ocean.
Standing on the big orange basketball logo at center court, Robinson wins the tip from Turner, and Game 5 is underway. Knicks down in the series 3-1. Pacers hoping for a series-clinching win and a trip to Oklahoma City next Wednesday. At the dotted line, Brunson starts the scoring with a left-hand floater, and the crowd is into it early, 2-0 New York.
So interesting from the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton off the ball to start as Andrew Nembhard brought it up against OG Anunoby.
Nembhard right side perimeter slip pass inside to Turner, caught it, lost it, came back down. That's a travel called by Zach Zarba, and the Knicks force a turnover on the opening defensive possession.
In the second round versus the Boston Celtics, Jalen Brunson used the phrase subliminally satisfied. Some of that creeping in for the Pacers would be human nature. It would certainly be welcomed if that meant that they were a little bit inefficient and not as high-paced.
You cannot fake urgency or the desperation of a team hoping to keep their season alive. Here's Towns out high against Siakam, dishes right to Robinson, 24 feet away from the basket. He'll hand to Brunson, who dribbles to the right baseline. Step back leaner over Neesmith, nailed it. Brunson's off to a 2-for-2 start, and it's 4-0 Knicks.
I like the actions, though, for Brunson. He's not just coming down and pounding the rock the entire 10 seconds or so to start the shot clock.
Brunson had 43 in Game 1, and the Knicks force another turnover. Pass inside, tipped over to Anunoby. Bridges on the move, spins into a double team down low, gets it back up top to Towns. Long three, in and out from the top of the arc. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Neesmith, they'll say, to the right baseline. The Knicks will inbound, up by 4. 10:41 to go in the opening frame, and they'll have 14 back on the shot clock.
I like that look by Karl-Anthony Towns. From my bird's eye view, I could tell that it was a little bit short. It actually got more in the rim than I anticipated from where we were watching.
I thought it was nothing but net personally.
Did you? Okay.
Brunson left side drive. I didn't play Georgetown though. Pump fake, leans in, trying to draw a foul. No luck, but it rolls in anyway. Maybe it's that kind of night for Brunson. He's 3 for 3. It's 6-0 New York.
Assistant coaches for the Pacers as well as Carlisle are telling them to move with pace. Get up the floor.
Turner wide open, left point triple. That's good. Karl-Anthony Towns caught sagging back a little bit. It's a 6-3 ball game.
The matchup on the bigs is one that I find fascinating. Neither is really effective at stopping the other. Cat has a little bit of an advantage because it doesn't feel like Miles Turner looks to attack as much, but he's a little bit better with his back to the basket.
Brunson has a heavier than usual wrap on his left wrist here this evening. Gets a screen on the left from Robinson. Pick and roll, alley-oop, one-hand jam. A right-hand hammer from Robinson, and an 8-3 Knick lead.
That left wrap, it looks like it's his arm sleeve that's fell. It's usually up to his elbow. It did look very chunky around his wrist.
Okay, that is a relief, yes. He's pulled it back, so it is just a sleeve. Not a sign of a potential injury, as Siakam misses a straight-on 3 off to the right, and the Knicks take over up by 5.
I love this OG Anunoby. Well, he's away from the block now, but the initial attempt to post, I'm a fan of.
Tries his one dribble rip-through move on Nembhard and does draw the foul, but they say before the shot. 5-point Knick lead, 9:22 to go in the first. Or no, they gave him continuation, so Anunoby 2 free throws at the basket to our right.
This is the start that you wanted, that's for sure. Effective, aggressive, going downhill are these New York Knicks.
At the basket to our right, Anunoby splashes on the first free throw. He was aggressive in getting to the line in Game 4 as Rick Carlisle calls a very early timeout. 9:22 to go in the first quarter. Well, Monica, it's happened. The Knicks are off to a good start for the first time in the Eastern Conference Finals. They've got a 9-3 lead, not yet 3 minutes into the game.
Every game of this series has required clutch time, though. And so, yes, we can only discuss what we are witnessing, and this is certainly a better sign than having to dig out of an early hole, which we acknowledge would cost more energy at this point in the series. But you got to keep your foot on the gas. You got to keep yourself locked in the duration of this basketball game.
Knicks by 6, 9:22 left in the first quarter. A timeout from Rick Carlisle and a free throw for OG Anunoby on the other side of the break. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Embrace the power.
Start your engine.
And speed of the NTT IndyCar Series on Sirius XM.
Battle the start-finish line. Alexander Rossi goes to P1.
Hear every thrilling moment in the season-long championship chase.
Alex Palou, mirrors full of Pottle Award. And then it's the machine of willpower in that third position.
The season rolls on Sunday afternoon at 12:30 Eastern on the streets of Detroit.
Alex Palou, bring him home.
Live on IndyCar Nation Channel 218 and the Sirius XM app.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on Sirius XM. We're back on the track Sunday.
6 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Cracker Barrel 400 from Nashville Super Speedway on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 and on the Sirius XM app. For up-to-date betting lines, fantasy plays, and the latest NASCAR news, catch the pre-race show before every Cup Series race. Plus, 2 hours of post-race coverage on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio Channel 90.
The first place to talk hoops every weekday morning is the starting lineup with Frank Isola and Brian Scalabrine.
Overrated? Do you watch the guy play? He's unstoppable.
They're breaking down all the latest from the association.
I think he's a baller, and I think people would give up assets to get a guy like that.
Along with some laughs.
Kevin Durant, you need to get married and be miserable like the rest of us. Reprimanding the fans for booing. It's like, come on, man.
The starting lineup, weekday mornings from 7 to 10 Eastern. Only on Sirius XM NBA Radio, Channel 86, and the Sirius XM app.
This is Dave LaGreca, creator of the biggest pro wrestling show on the planet, Busted Open. Don't miss myself and my Hall of Fame cast and crew as we break down every story in and out of the ring and talk to the top names in the business, like the legend himself, The Undertaker.
I'm actually glad to be on a real show.
Catch Busted Open live every day from 9 to noon Eastern on Sirius XM Fight Nation, channel 156, and on the Sirius XM app.
9-3 New York, and a free throw to come for OG Anunoby. 9:22 remaining in this first quarter. A very quick timeout from Rick Carlisle. ThriveWell Infusion, New York's premier infusion injection center. Saving lives drip by drip. Well, Jalen Brunson, obviously a man on a mission. He's 3 for 3, all inside the three-point line, so 6 points and 1 assist for him. So he's accounted for all but 2 of the Knicks, or all but 1 of the Knicks' points. OG Anunoby has been at the free throw line for 1. They'll try for another, but yeah, Brunson's got 3 makes and then 1 assist on the Robinson alley-oop.
He's been great so far in this one. Poised, patient, making the right calls. There's a whole lot of basketball left to go, but you do applaud the start. You are encouraged by the start.
Second foul shot for OG. Perfect at the basket to our right. 7-point game. Knicks were within 6 points in the final 3 minutes of game 4, but couldn't come all the way back from 15 down in the final frame as Siakam gets to the far side post and hits a turnaround over Towns, who's probably playing through a lot of pain today. He had a knee-to-knee collision late in the fourth quarter on Tuesday as Bridges drives the right side of the paint, kicks up top to Towns, catches, drives left side of the lane on Siakam, hangs in the air and couldn't bank it in with a tough right-hand leaner.
He got great touch off the glass. It's a little too much.
Nembhard finds a sliver on the left side wing, but then kicks out to Neesmith. He back rims a far angle 3. Rebound Brunson.
So that was the first sort of breakdown defensively. The Knicks are fortunate that Neesmith goes long off the back iron.
Brunson and Robbins pick and roll right side. Foul line drive for Brunson. He got tripped up by Neesmith. He went down, maybe trying to draw a charge, but then his legs got tangled up with Brunson on the drive. And Brunson is still seated at the far side baseline. He'll get helped up by Bridges and Robinson. Yeah, it looked like Mitch and Neesmith collided legs.
Neesmith falls on Brunson's right ankle.
And almost threw his body into Brunson's right heel. And Brunson is up and walking it off, but dangerous play there from Neesmith. Yes, the contact was initiated by Robinson, but his body was just flying out of control at the back of Brunson's leg.
You know, when people talk about the 3-1 comeback of the Cleveland Cavaliers, it's often like LeBron and Kyrie were just playing so unreal. If the Knicks can get to that cylinder, anything can happen.
Towns threw it away, forced a pass inside to Anunoby. Halliburton on the move from right to left, hands to Turner, ball fake left wing. Now back to Halliburton at midcourt, guarded by Mikal Bridges. High screen from Turner, pick and roll, left side baseline drive from Halliburton, bounce pass far corner Neesmith, extra feed to Shepard right wing, and he rolls in a 3. Shepard came into the game after that timeout that Rick Carlisle took. Or that's for Neesmith. It's now a 2-point game.
So this is back to the form of the Pacers we're accustomed to seeing. Moving the ball around the perimeter, finding an open shooter.
And Jalen Brunson misses a lefty floater from the dotted line. After a 9-3 Knicks start, Siakam of the Pacers can tie or take the lead. Siakam, left side elbow drive on Towns, spins in the paint, fadeaway jumper, too strong, but a foul called on Towns. That is the first Knick foul, and Siakam can tie the game with these 2 free throws. 7:39 to go in the first.
The foul is, Karl-Anthony Towns did a really good job. Siakam has to settle for this turnaround, which he can hit, so settle. I use that as a choice. But he got him on the left arm. His left hand got Siakam's right arm as he was shooting.
I don't disagree with the settle definition because Indiana's offense is just so efficient as Siakam misfires on the first foul shot. Really, any long jump shot inside the three-point line you'll probably settle for because this is such a great team that creates open threes and open layups.
Yeah, that's a good point. They are prolific from the three-point line, and then particularly when they get in transition. And they don't pull up for threes in transition a ton, but every now and again, Tyrese Halliburton will have that kind of energy. But overall, most of those points are usually in the paint in transition.
Second free throw is good, so 10-9 Knicks, 7:37 to go in the first. Talk about prolific shooting. They're at 41% from downtown, the Pacers, for the playoffs. Kevin Durant's Warriors teams, those 2 years, they shot about 37% in the playoffs. Robinson and Bridges playing catch inside. Bridges dropped it far side baseline, got it back, dribbles to the dotted line. Tough fadeaway over Halliburton is good. Those shots were not dropping on Tuesday, but Bridges gets his first tonight. It's a 3-point lead.
That is a fortuitous bounce for the Knicks because they were playing patty cake in close proximity with one another. Mitchell Robinson is best when he can catch at the rim.
Siakam spins in the lane. Mr. Righty flip shot over Bridges. Rebound batted around and punched out of bounds by Shepard, left baseline. Knicks will take over 5 minutes into the game. They lead 12-9. From left to right, they come in the white uniforms against the gold and blue of Indiana. Brunson at the logo, Shepard following him around. And Neesmith came out of the game just 2.5 minutes in, likely because Brunson was cooking him for 3 straight makes. Layup attempt by Bridges, blocked off the backboard by Turner as he drove the left side of the lane. Halliburton into the front court, sidestep right wing pump fake, now gets a pass back from Shepard. Brunson switches on to Halliburton. Crossover, right side angle, leans in, hangs in the air, trying to draw some contact. Missed a wild leaner and no whistle. Rebound Towns, who took it off the floor.
Really quickly, I like that attack by Mikal Bridges, and I don't care about the block shots. Go and see what happens.
I knew you were going to say that. You've been calling for Bridges layups all playoffs. Anunoby tries to attack, but wildly missed a layup. Offensive rebound attempt by Robinson leads to a loose ball foul on Indiana.
Great hustle by Mitchell Robinson. I like the attack by OG Anunoby. I'm not sure about OG Anunoby's finishes at the rim. That one, his body is contorted. It was probably the most composed we've seen since the Game 3 victory. But in Game 4, he was getting there, but something would happen at the end, and it just did not seem fluid or confident.
His three-point shooting has been hot and cold as well. He was 4 of 6 in Game 3. Now he steps back on the left wing and almost rattled in a tough 3 over Nembhard, but it popped back out.
Turner definitely pushed Mitchell Robinson in the back, but cool.
And then Anunoby got off his feet on a right wing pump fake from Halliburton, and then he draws a 3-point foul. And he'll get 3 free throws at the basket to our left. If he makes them all, he'll tie the game at 12 with 6:05 to go in the first quarter.
We use the word deliberate in the pregame, and I will say, so far I do feel like the Knicks have been deliberate offensively. We saw early in the first couple of plays, Jalen Brunson sort of off the ball, able to use some screens to get some action going so that Neesmith is not fully loaded up and just waiting on him to come. I like the decision by Mikal Bridges to go toward the paint, as with OG Anunoby. Defensively, they've done a better job of communicating and certainly doing a good job of getting on the glass. By my personal eyes, I'm not sure what the advanced stats might have, but I would count 2 open threes so far in this one, and the Pacers being 1 of 2 on those.
And Halliburton made the first 2 free throws, so he can tie it with the third. Just the second foul on the Knicks. Anunoby has 1. Towns has 1. And ever since Rick Carlisle called that timeout and put Ben Shepard on Brunson instead of Aaron Neesmith, Brunson has not scored. Third free throw rolls around and out. So Halliburton goes 2 of 3. Knicks 12, Pacers 11, 5:57 to go in the first. And Josh Hart is heading to the scorers table. Third straight game we've had Mitchell Robinson in the lineup instead of Hart. Bridges right wing passed up a wide open 3, but he gets a Towns triple from the right corner instead. And the Knicks lead by 4. Nembhard far side baseline, behind the back dribble to burn Brunson, but he missed the reverse layup on the near side. TJ McConnell will check in at the next whistle. Brunson up top for Towns. He'll catch him power to the paint, and a right-hand layup gives New York a 17-11 lead. What do you want, Monica?
I wanted OG Anunoby on the block, and at that time it didn't even pan out, but I think the energy that is created when he's posting up the smaller Ben Shepherd helps to create a lane for Karl-Anthony Towns to finish in.
Nembhard silences the crowd with a step back from 12, just inside the foul line. 4-point game. Brunson right side arc defended by Obi Toppin, steps back off the screen. He's picked up by the taller and slightly slower Miles Turner. Top of the arc, walk-up three. Brunson buries it. 20-13 New York, 7 minutes into the first.
This is the pace the Knicks need and the offensive efficiency they need.
9 for Brunson. That was his first three-point attempt. Nembhard, a ball in his hands a whole lot this evening. Toppin at the top of the arc, hands to Nembhard, left wing, back to Toppin at the point. Step back pump fake, Towns bit, but then Toppin passed out of it. 4 to shoot for Halliburton at the logo. Pick and roll with Toppin, left wing three. Halliburton, air ball into Robinson's hands. The Knicks fans love that. Brunson from left to right, Knicks by 7. Off the dribble three, good from the left wing. Brunson's got 12 points in the first 7 minutes. Knicks by 10. It's their best start of the series by a mile. 23-13, timeout Indiana.
After a loss this postseason, the Knicks are 5-1. Obviously, with the one being this Game 2 loss to the Indiana Pacers. Jalen Brunson continues to have monster bounce-back performances in that stat, averaging 32 and 8 on 47% from the field. Will that hold tonight?
New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
This is the sound no parent wants to hear. It's the sound of a child with whooping cough. The many dangerous childhood diseases that can be prevented by immunizations. Whooping cough can cause serious complications, including pneumonia, seizures, brain swelling, and even death. Babies are most at risk. The best way to protect your child against diseases like this is to get all your kids' shots on time and take them for regular checkups. Talk to your child's healthcare provider. A message from the New York State Department of Health.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Hey Knicks fans, be the MVP of your next summer barbecue or family dinner with the fresh taste of Calandra's Bakery Breads. Available at your local supermarket. Handmade daily with just 4 all-natural ingredients. From crusty Italian loaves to soft rolls and hearty multigrain, there's something for everyone. Since 1962, Calandra's Bakery has delivered fresh bread to supermarkets like ShopRite, King's, D'Agostino's, Key Foods, and more. Calandra's Bakery, the best in Italian and French breads.
First double-digit Knick lead since the opening game in the Eastern Conference Finals. They lead Indiana 23-13 with 4:23 to go in the first quarter. For over 160 years, individuals and businesses from Montauk and Manhattan have trusted Dime for all their banking needs. Visit Dime.com for more information. Dime, we've got your bank. Member FDIC. With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. Ray Santiago is our producer. Gary Jeffries, our engineer. And Tyler Freed is our statistician. What's been working so far, Monica, as the Knicks are off to their best start of this Eastern Conference Final Series?
Well, LT, I said tonight was going to need to be a high-efficiency night on the offensive end, and you're never mad at shooting 60% to start a ball game. They've been terrific there. They've got 4 assists on 9 made field goals, so they're doing a good job of finding one another. I like the way that they're attacking the paint, +6 in terms of paint scoring so far, and, of course, they've been on the glass early in this one.
They started 0 for 2 from downtown, but since they've made each of their last 3 triples, including back-to-back bombs from Jalen Brunson. He's still on the floor with Deuce McBride, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and Mitchell Robinson. So this is a lineup that, in theory, should give you plenty of defense around your star point guard. TJ McConnell, speaking of star point guards.
There we go.
We'll bring it across the timeline from right to left. Pacer ball in yellow. Knicks are in white tonight. Tony Bradley, the third-string center who has jumped Thomas Bryant in the rotation, comes in, feeds a cutting McConnell who missed a layup. Bryant got it back, blew the putback, and then on the rebound, Hart stepped out of bounds left baseline. So it stays with Indiana.
Good hustle by Josh Hart, though, coming to the brink of taking that rebound away from Tony Bradley.
Inbound to Toppin. He gets mauled by McBride on a left side drive, and they'll send Toppin to the free throw line. That is certainly an advantage Indiana has had. The out-of-bounds plays have led to a lot of open looks throughout this series.
They execute well on inbounds and ATOs.
Which is impressive because they run 10 and sometimes 11 deep. A lot of guys running a lot of different plays, and they always seem to work.
Yeah, I don't know that people have forgotten this, but perhaps as Obi Toppin gets that first one to go, Rick Carlisle is a veteran coach in this league. He's won a championship with the Dallas Mavericks. I remember when he made the move to go to Indiana, and I was sort of surprised. Talking with friends that have covered the league, been in the league, known Rick Carlisle, he gets praised for creating a system that works for what he has. And when that was said to me earlier, I was like, wow, yeah, because I don't remember Dallas playing like this. Now, granted, different era of basketball. But yeah, I thought that was a great observation.
Yeah, I think that championship, they were down 2-1 to the Heatles in the first year with LeBron, Wade, and Bosh.
Shout out to Dirk.
Came back and won that series.
And my guy, J.J. Barea. Remember him?
Northeastern. Foul line turnaround jumper from Brunson. Front rim, backboard, good. It's back to a 10-point lead after the free throws were made by Obi Toppin. Do I remember J.J. Barea?
He was fun.
TJ McConnell dishes left corner to Tony Bradley, not a three-point shooter, so he hands back to McConnell, who is also not a three-point shooter. Interesting lineup out there right now for Rick Carlisle. Shepard at the foul line, steps to the right elbow, now dishes to a wide-open TJ McConnell on the left wing, and he silences the critics, particularly me, drilling a three to make it a 25-18 game.
It wasn't just you, because Deuce McBride hesitated on that closeout because, to your point, the scouting report is like, let him have that.
McConnell was a 3 of 10 from downtown to the playoffs before that May. Emphasis on how few he's even attempted. Right corner, McBride. Closed out by McConnell. Pick and slip with Bridges. McBride takes McConnell to the dotted line. Tried to draw a foul. I thought he did, but no call. 25-18. Knicks with the lead. Indiana ball from right to left. Halliburton pick and pop with Toppin. Dishes up top to Obi. Pump fake and a left side drive on the Hart. Shuffled to feet, got away with it, hands to a cutting McConnell, far side baseline. Reset up top with Halliburton. Straight on Shepard, pump fake, drive down the lane over Bridges, push shot back rim, no. Rebound snatched by Robinson in the crowd, and we'll get it to an open Bridges.
The Knicks are doing a really good job of making the Pacers get deep into the shot clock. Now, granted, this lineup is a little bit mismatched.
Robinson snuck free on the break, and Hart found him for an easy jam. It's a 9-point Knick lead.
This is what you dreamed of in terms of this team extending the series. Couldn't ask for a better start.
Toppin from the right point. He'll launch his three off the backboard. No good. Robinson tipped the rebound to Brunson. Final 2 minutes, first quarter. Knicks from left to right. Brunson's on a heater. He wants more. Missed a right wing three off the front rim. He was 2 for 2 from downtown before that miss. No surprise Pacers want to push, but there's a surprise. They turn it over. Or hang on. 2 different calls from the officials. Now they're talking about it. Initially it was signaled Pacer ball. I thought it went off of Obi Toppin's foot.
John Starks is on the Knicks baseline side in full AAU dad mode. Polo shirt, cap. I was with Patrick Ewing, and he's like, man, sitting next to John watching games, he don't ever sit down. I can't see.
A very long conversation there from the officials, and they ultimately decide that the Knicks will get to take the ball. So it is a rare turnover from Indiana. As fast as they play, it's remarkable how well they take care of the ball. That's their second giveaway of the night. Brunson, Bridges, McBride, Hart, and Robinson. Been a good lineup since they came in. Right corner, Hart, catch and drive to the dotted line. Pump fake on the middle of the paint against Siakam. Dishes out to the right wing. 3 from Bridges, too strong. Rebound over the top of Robinson, who couldn't put his hands in the air to grab it because they were being hugged from behind. Siakam speeds ahead and banks home a righty layup. It's a 7-point game.
I'm glad you caught that on Mitchell Robinson, because that's the second time now I've watched Pacers use what is not marginal contact to take an advantage over him as a rebounder.
He went up for the rebound with all torso. Right elbow, Brunson stops on a dime. Pump fake on Mathurin, who just checked in. Now he curls around him and missed a right-hand layup. Siakam the board. Dishes left to McConnell. Extra pass in the corner. Shepard, pump fake, fly by. Now gets rid of it to McConnell instead of taking an open left corner three.
You got a mismatch. Deuce McBride is having to guard Pascal Siakam here.
Siakam had it, but then gave it up to Mathurin. Sets a screen for him, and Mathurin buries a three from straight on. It's a 4-point game. Mathurin has woken up, which is bad news for the Knicks. He had 11 points total across the first 3 games. Then he had 20 in 12 minutes on Tuesday.
I'd like to see the Knicks, as they've done it here, it looks like, to get Jalen Brunson off the ball a little bit.
Mikal Bridges speeds down the right side, driving kick left wing. McBride catches, dribbles, top of the key. Hart, a wide open three, in and out. McConnell, the rebound and rush up court, but now he'll slow things down, realizing they can't go 2 for 1. 20 to play, 16 to shoot. Indiana has trimmed a 10-point deficit down to 4, and they've got the ball. Final 15 seconds, first quarter. McConnell at the logo, screen on the right from Shepard, picked up by Bridges. Passes far corner to Mathurin. Pump fake on Hart, 2 to shoot. Mathurin will launch it at the horn, missed it short. Rebound Bridges. He's got 1 second to get the heave off. He does from 60 feet, and he missed it wide right. And the Knicks will have a lead heading into the second quarter by 4, 27-23. You may recall their previous 2 games at home in the series, they led by exactly 2 after the first 12 minutes.
They've cooled off a bit from that 60% that they were shooting about midway through that first quarter, but you'll still take a just shy of 50 at 48% field goal percentage performance in this one. Got to continue to keep pressure on the paint. Got to continue to stay on the glass. We've talked about this a lot in this series, but they've got 5 guys in the scoring column. Brunson, the only one that's in double figures, but I do think that they're going to have to continue to share the rock and help put one another in positions to be successful.
And the up and down three-point shooting continues. First they missed 2, then they made 3, but since then, their last 4 have not found the net. 27-23, the Knicks have a lead on the Pacers after the opening quarter here in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Knicks hoping to keep their season alive and force Game 6 on Saturday back in Indianapolis. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Get in the flow with the channel of unforgettable R&B from back when Beyonce went solo. Through Drake's unstoppable rise.
That's why I need a one dance.
To when SZA dropped Control. I just keep him satisfied through the weekend. Feel the energy and emotion of 2000s and 2010s R&B in the flow. Channel 48 and at home with SiriusXM on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices. Get in the flow with the channel of unforgettable R&B from back when Beyonce went solo. Through Drake's unstoppable rise.
That's why I need a one dance.
To when SZA dropped Control. I just keep him satisfied through the weekend. Feel the energy and emotion.
Hey sports fans, look at what came in the mail. Our Silver Creator Award, our plaque is finally here. Isn't it beautiful? Wow, I love it. Thank you so much for helping us create this amazing sports community here on YouTube, where we bring sports fans together from all over the world. And we're live for every single Toronto sports game, the Blue Jays, the Leafs, the Raptors, the Argos, TFC, and a whole lot more. And we appreciate you being here, chatting it up, keeping it classy, and making this place what it is. If you haven't done so yet tonight in the live that you're watching, whether it's the baseball game, the Blue Jays and the Rangers, the basketball game, Game 4 between the Pacers and the Knicks, or you're here to root on Edmonton for Canada to go after that cup and take a stranglehold in this series over the Dallas Stars, we appreciate it. Please hit that like button. Please share this link out. Subscribe if you're new. Yeah, you haven't subscribed yet? What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Check out that link that's pinned in the chat. Donate to SickKids if you can. And let's go have some fun and keep it classy. Good luck to your team. Go Oilers, go! Go Blue Jays, go! And go Knicks, go! Let's make this a series.
That's because the Knicks haven't really had to go to their bench all that much. 4 minutes from Deuce McBride, 4 minutes from Josh Hart. Don LaGreca himself is in the building, which can only mean good things for the Knickerbockers. It will be Pacer possession to start the second quarter as they go from right to left. Tough turnaround baseline fall away from Siakam, misses over Hart. Good defense from him. And it will be Shamet and Wright on the floor to begin the second quarter for the Knicks, along with McBride, Hart, and Towns. Mitchell Robinson played the entire first quarter for New York. They led by as many as 10. Right now it's 4. Shamet left perimeter, picked up by Siakam. They want to post up Towns on Mathurin. They'll get him the ball far side, mid-range, double team from Shepard. He turns into it, rises high, and scores with the right hand from about 10 feet, far side of the paint. Knicks by 6. High side wing Mathurin back to the top of the arc for Toppin. Feeds the left wing McConnell. Knicks play drop coverage on him, so he'll take a deep 3. Missed it off the back rim, but Siakam gets the offensive rebound over the smaller Shamet. Now he goes to his post moves, picked up his dribble far side block, hands off to McConnell, is forced out to the far corner, but he plays give and go with Siakam, slips inside and hits a righty layup as he had the step on Hart. It's back to a 4-point game.
This lineup is basically the defensive specialist lineup, and I think it's great to see because it also is staggering Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns to give JB a little bit of a rest.
See if Anunoby gets to join the action, maybe Bridges to really ramp up the defense. Hart rip through move on the right wing into paint, kicks left, open left wing 3 from DeLon Wright. That's too strong, and Mathurin gets the board. Pacers into the front court, left wing Mathurin. Stop and start on the left side on McBride. Now they're swinging around to Obi Toppin, catch and shoot 3. Too strong from the far side angle, and Towns pulls down his 5th rebound. He is averaging 26 points and 12 rebounds in this series, Karl-Anthony Towns. He has been phenomenal. Far corner, Shamet. Good close out from McConnell. Shamet wanted to pull the trigger, but didn't have room. At the circle, Towns. One dribble, right hand, steps past Siakam, got fouled and scored off the window. Right bicep flex from Karl-Anthony Towns in the front row underneath the basket. He's given the Knicks a 6-point lead with a chance for a free throw.
It is slightly perplexing to me to be a part of conversations around Karl-Anthony Towns. Just slightly, because I think the root of it is expectation and respect for him to be great. But when you call out that he's actually averaging 26 and 12 in this one, you're kind of like, well, what do people want? And I get it. You can't just look at a number. You want to see how a guy's performance feels and impacts a game. But he has been steady in this playoffs. I just think this Indiana matchup has been really challenging for this Knicks defense at large. And so it has left Knicks fans with a bit to desire. But so far tonight, they've done a much better job of being a cohesive and connected defensive unit.
Towns has scored the first 5 points in the quarter for the Knicks as he converts the 3-point play. They lead by 7. I asked a couple of people who have watched every game what they thought Towns' stats were in the first 4 games of the series. Nobody thought they were nearly that good.
No, that was an excellent call out by you.
Top and left elbow slips past DeLon Wright and banks in a right-hand layup. It's 32-27. Knicks over the Pacers 2 minutes into the second. Deuce McBride speeds to the paint. Wild pass to the far corner for Shamet. He caught it initially, but then stepped out of bounds. That wasn't his fault. And the Knicks give it away with 9:39 left in the second. That is just their second turnover.
I understand the idea of collapsing a defense and then spraying to an open shooter, but I want Deuce McBride to go ahead and finish at the rim on that one.
Top and fake to handoff. Got the step on Towns, and right down the lane he goes for an open layup as Towns is flexing that knee. It scared a lot of Knicks fans, well, every Knicks fan at the end of Game 4. He was pounding the court in pain on his belly down the right baseline. Anunoby about to check in. Knicks up 3. 9:10 to go in the second. Far side baseline drive. McBride took a bump, no call. Right corner Shamet, right wing Hart, left wing DeLon Wright. He'll take a 3. Wide left, offensive rebound. Towns put back is good off glass. Great ball movement leads to a advantageous rebound for Towns. It's a 5-point lead. Now McConnell motors to the paint, stops to the center of the lane, finds an open right wing shooter. It's Siakam for 3. 34-32 Knicks.
Yeah, Siakam has had multiple 30-point games in this series. Memorably, the 39 he put up in Game 2.
7 of 14. Pacers cut it back down to 2. They've never had the lead, nor has the game ever been tied. Shamet up top against Shepard. Right side to right. Left hand, center of the floor. Now Towns has it with 8 to shoot. He's about 20 feet out. He's marching down the left side of the lane. Siakam cuts him off. Shepard double teams. Ball goes to the sideline, and McBride right in front of that Pacer bench delivers a catch and shoot 3. 37-32 New York. Almost 4 minutes gone second quarter. Siakam has it, left side wing. He's going to go to work on Towns. Now he gives it up to Toppin. Toppin left side. He'll attack Towns. Across the lane, left to right. Put it off the glass unsuccessfully, and it's rebounded by New York's Hart. He wastes little time going wall to wall with it. He put it in, and he drew the foul.
It's twice now. Pacers are committing bad fouls, giving guys chances to finish at the rim. If you're going to foul him, the guy's got to go to the free throw line and attempt two, not one for an and one opportunity.
Matherin's foul is Indiana's second team foul. New York doesn't have any. Shepard out, and Nesmith, who left after the first 3 minutes, is in. Hart is on the line. He had 12 points and 11 rebounds off the bench in Game 4. We've talked about this more than once in this series. At 6'4", he is arguably, or maybe even not arguably, the best rebounder in the game for a man his size.
Yeah, there's no question about it. It's just relentless pursuit of the basketball. Great IQ. Understands how to read ball flight when a shot goes up on either end of the floor. And it's where he creates extreme value for himself.
Josh Hart, with New York leading by 7, pushes the lead to 8, completing the three-point play. They've led by as many as 10. They've never trailed. And the Pacers move it right to left, down by 8. McConnell has it, right edge of the arc, now gives it to Matherin, fakes left, moves to his right. Hart stays with him. Nesmith handling, his pass deflected, rescued by Siakam, and a loose ball foul is called over here on the near side of the floor against New York's Anunoby, who had just checked back in. That's his second. They're now playing with Shamet and Wright, Hart, Anunoby, and Towns.
It's a good job by Pascal Siakam just attacking that pass that was made to him. Otherwise, it's going to be a turnover.
Matherin with it, moving to his right, down the side of the lane, got to the front of the rim, could not complete the play. It's rebounded by Hart. Hart went wall to wall last time. This time he'll give it up to Towns on the logo. Towns almost carried it. Down the left side, he'll glass it up, and it spins off the rim. Siakam with the outlet pass up the right side. McConnell attacking for the Pacers. Nesmith on the right sideline. Indiana down 8 as we approach the midway point of the second quarter. Siakam misses a 3 from up top. Towns grabs the rebound, and New York is back in business with Hart moving it up against the right sideline. Taking the left hand to the center of the floor, top of the circle, bounce to Towns, and Towns lost it out of bounds. Turner was there waiting for him. Not sure if he got a piece of it or not, but it did go off of Towns, and Turner is credited with a block shot. The Pacers have the ball when we come back. 6:56 left. Second quarter in Game 5, New York in front. 40-32 on the Elevance Health Radio Network.
Breaking ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
What if healthcare worked for everyone? What if your health was measured by more than your vital signs? What if zucchini and kale were as accessible as burgers and fries? What if AI helped doctors to know what your body will do before you do? We aren't just asking these questions. With our health plans and services, we're taking steps to address them. Elevance Health, where health can go. Learn more at elevancehealth.com.
Postseason dunks, threes, buzzer beaters. There's so much NBA happening. I gotta keep up.
Whoa, take it easy there. There's a better way to NBA. All playoffs long.
Wait, really?
With the NBA app, you get real-time stats and scores for every playoff matchup. Witness playoff drama as it unfolds.
Wait, seriously?
Catch every bucket all in one place, all for free.
Where have you been all my life?
There's a better way to NBA. Download the app today. Available on the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
The best athletes don't just play the game, they change it. When it comes to investing, Gainbridge is doing the same. Their online platform does things differently by putting you in control, so you can invest on your own terms and grow your savings over time. It's a better way to invest, because it's investing your way. Get started today with as little as $1,000 at Gainbridge.io. Gainbridge is an official partner of the Indiana Pacers.
Midway through the second quarter, New York has been in control. They've never trailed. At the moment, they're up by 8. It's 40-32. The WNBA All-Star Game is coming to Indianapolis in July. You can find out about tickets, volunteer opportunities, and event information by visiting WNBAAllStar2025.com. At Madison Square Garden with Eddie Gill, I'm Mark Boyle. Let's go to Indianapolis. Pat Boylan is there.
Tom Thibodeau looks squarely at his team's defense for the reason Indiana went up 3-1 with that win on Tuesday night, saying, we scored 120 points. That was good enough. The rebounding was good enough. The defense wasn't. The Pacers put up 130 points. They shot 51% from the field, 41% from the three-point line. Still early, but perhaps some adjustments working for the Knicks. The Pacers shooting just 37% from the field. They are 5 of 13 from the three-point line. That not so bad, but the 6 of 17 inside the arc, well below their averages.
Let's get a little bit further into that. 37% overall. Is New York defending more successfully, or are the Pacers just missing shots?
They've extended their pressure a little bit, but I always say it's somewhere in the middle when you look at situations like that. The Pacers have had some opportunities. I don't think they're playing as efficiently just in terms of their ball movement, running lanes properly as we've seen. But the Pacers are doing a decent job defensively, just trying to hang in until the offense catches up.
Tyrese Halliburton has returned to play with Andrew Nembhard, Obi Toppin, Aaron Nesmith, and Miles Turner, the starting 5 back in the game. Indiana right to left in yellow. And from the top of the circle, Nembhard connects out of the timeout. His second field goal. New York's lead is 6. They'll bring it up with Landry Shamet, Josh Hart, DeLon Wright, OG Anunoby, and Karl Anthony Towns. Wright gives it up on top. Shamet has it. Halliburton is on him. Shot clock is down to 10. Anunoby with the left hand, played by Nesmith, now to the right hand. He got away from Nesmith, came down the right side, lost the ball. It winds up on top, and Shamet drills a 3. 43-34. They're up by 9, 6:11 to go. Both teams now 5 of 13 from three-point range. Turner, left edge of the arc, handoff center of the floor to Nesmith. Turner screens. It's in Nembhard's hands now. Nembhard driving it on Shamet. Top of the circle, still holding the dribble. Down the right side, there's contact, there's no whistle, and the rebound is scooped up off the floor by Towns. New York's led by as many as 10. They've got a 9-point lead in the ball right now. Towns storming down the right side. He put it up and in, and he's fouled. He's got a chance for a three-point play.
This is 3 fouls in the first half where the Knicks have come away with and 1 opportunities, and 2 of those are here by Towns.
Turner's second foul is the team's 3rd. They're now shooting 51% to the Pacers' 38%, and they've got their biggest lead of the game at 45-34. Brunson will return. They got him a nice long rest here in the second quarter, and he will replace Wright. Both Wright and Shamet, who haven't played much until the last couple of games for New York in these playoffs, have both done a very serviceable job.
And solid, and Shamet in particular with his shot making on one end, the ability to space the floor for Brunson and Towns while they do their thing. And he really gets after it on the defensive end of the floor. It's a little bit of a head scratcher how he hasn't been in the rotation.
Towns looking at a three-point play and connecting. He has scored 10 of his 15 points here in this quarter. He's also pulled down 8 rebounds. They're on a 6-point run, and they've doubled their lead from 6 to 12. Halliburton has it, bouncing to Turner, who comes in on the right side and then feeds it to the perimeter. The end result is a wide-open 3 out of the near corner, but Nesmith couldn't get it to drop, and here comes Brunson for New York. Brunson up the right sideline, gets to the wing, still holding the dribble, now takes the left hand back outside the arc. Bouncing to the right sideline, Anunoby works his way in on the baseline. He couldn't finish the play. It was deflected. He got it back and laid it in. They've scored 8 in a row. They've got a game-high 14-point lead. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Halliburton sends it down low. Nesmith left of the lane, and the short jump shot, nope. Rebounded by Hart. The Pacers really struggling. They're at 36% from the floor. And now Brunson coming up the left side, lost it out of bounds. An offensive foul has been called. And it's called on Shamet. That's his first.
Yeah, he tries to set a screen there. It bumps Nesmith a little bit too aggressively. But Halliburton's going to have to get into a significantly more aggressive in terms of driving the basketball.
He's taken 2 shots. and has not scored from the floor. Right side Toppin, back up top Halliburton. Halliburton goes to the sideline. Turner has it there. He's driving it on Towns. They collide as Turner gets into the lane, and he rolls one in off the front of the rim.
Sorely needed basket there, and a very tough finish by Turner.
That ends the 8-point New York run and cuts the lead to 12 at 48-36. 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second quarter. Hart has the ball right of the logo at center court. Comes across, left hand. Looking over his options with the shot clock at 11. He hands to Brunson. Brunson off the Town screen, goes right back to Hart. In on the right side. He lays it in with the right hand. New York's on a 10-2 run. They're up by 14. Halliburton picks up the ball right side, takes it back from Neesmith. He's way outside the arc. Looking, moving, letting a three go. It's not going to count. Didn't go in anyway, but there was an offensive foul off the ball as Shamet hit the floor hard while Halliburton was getting in position to shoot a three. That's Turner's third. Boy, it's amazing how things change from game to game. The Pacers, so much the aggressor in Game 4, look very passive, and although it's not entirely on him, Halliburton has been a big part of that.
No, there's no question about it. He's the driving force of what they did in Game 4, and right now has just not gotten into attack mode as of yet.
He's got 2 points and 1 assist with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. Towns has it for New York. They're in front by 14 points. Towns looking to his left, whipping it into the lane. Cutting in from that left side on Anunoby, but he couldn't reach the pass. It sailed out of bounds. New York turns it over. Their fourth turnover. The Pacers have given the ball away 5 times. So far, a tough first half for the Pacers. They'll try to close the second quarter with authority. 3:26 to play. Halliburton drives, gives it up. Toppin has it. He's got a good, clean look at his three from the left edge. Clanks off the back of the rim. The Pacers were 4 of 9 from three-point range in the first quarter. They're just 1 of 5 here in the second. Towns working Toppin to the right baseline, and Toppin fouled him on the way to the goal. That's the 4th team foul. Toppin's first personal. And with 3:10 to go in the second quarter, Bridges will return for New York. Shamet gets a nice hand. He did a nice job in that rotation. Good point, though. He's only played in 9 of their 16 playoff games. Why?
Yeah, I don't understand how that guy can't get it in the rotation.
Well, as Kenny Smith said on TNT the other night, Tom Thibodeau wouldn't play 9 guys if he was coaching a baseball team.
That's a fantastic line.
Very impressive. Left side, Bridges lobs it toward the hoop. It hit the rim. Towns went up and tried to grab it, but it hit the front of the rim. Back the other way, Halliburton. 2:58 to go in the quarter. A floater from the foul line, and Halliburton will shoot 2.
There you go. First time able to attack Brunson as he retreats and draw the foul.
He'll go to the line following the timeout. Brunson picks up his first foul. 2 minutes and 56 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Every time the Pacers connect on a foul shot, Citizens Energy Group and the Pacers team up to donate $5 to the Warm Heart, Warm Home Foundation, which provides utility bill assistance for thousands of Hoosiers each year. To learn more or to donate, visit citizensenergygroup.com/WHWH. Late second quarter in New York City. It's 50-36 for the Knickerbockers. You're listening to the Eastern Conference Finals on the Elevance Health Radio Network.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership is better than ever. Save up to $1,100 each year on gas, groceries, delivery fees, and streaming options. With double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and exclusive savings for members, there's so much to love about Boost. Sign up for a Boost membership today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
At KeyBank, we know a small moment like,
what's it like to have a yard?
Can lead to an even bigger question like,
am I ready to buy a home?
And that's the type of moment where we'll meet you, prepared to talk about everything you need to know when applying for a mortgage, so you can try to turn those backyard dreams into reality. Paul?
Yes?
Question. Are you a hammock person?
You know, I think I might be.
Oh, look at this. And we got Jose and Tom here, too. Thank you for hanging out with us this afternoon for our Playoff Pulse campaign this evening, whatever time it is where you're watching from. We appreciate you being here. Now's the time of the show. Please check the link that's pinned in the chat, as well as in the description. That's going to take you to our homepage at SickKids Hospital in Toronto, where you can add your donation to our Playoff Pulse campaign or share that link out and politely ask people to help you raise money for SickKids Hospital with Toronto Sports Insider and TSI Tom. You got anything to say there before you go to school, Tom?
Well, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. We'll see you back in the chat. Thank you for making a difference with SickKids Hospital in Toronto. Every single one of you. Much appreciated.
Cheers, insiders and sports fans from around the world. The Playoff Pulse campaign on Toronto Sports Insider is uniting fans worldwide through the thrill of NHL and NBA playoffs. Every game, every fan, every moment counts.
Get your seats today. Pacers shooting poorly, 37%. Knicks shooting very well, 53%. They're in front by 14 as we check in with Pat.
Yeah, been kind of a hot and cold set of halves for the Pacers over the last few games. They got off to that great start, that 20-point lead in game number 3, then scored just 42 points in the second half. Game number 4, very good in both halves. 69 in the first half, 61 in the second half. Tonight, the Pacers are looking at 36 points with 2:56 to go in the second quarter, more closely resembling that second half of game 3.
Any particular reason, Eddie, that the Pacers haven't been able to get on track?
Yeah, just lack of aggressiveness. They just haven't been aggressive in transition, even in half-court sets. They just haven't been able to attack the basket to either get attempts at the rim or kick out three-point shots.
Foul shot, Halliburton is good. He was fouled previous to the timeout by Brunson. He's got 3 points, all from the line. He's only taken 2 shots. He only has 1 assist. Makes both foul shots. Pacers trailing 50-38. They were down by 4 at the quarter. And that 14-point lead before the foul shots, New York's biggest of the half. They've got it left to right. Bridges sends it to Brunson. Hard drive. He got by Siakam, but missed the left-hand layup. Offensive rebound by the ever-present Hart. In the lane, it's Bridges putting up an air ball from the dotted half circle. And the rebound saved on the baseline by Nembhard. Here comes Siakam for the Pacers, working Hart to the front of the rim, and Hart fouled him. That's the first on Hart. We'll take 10 seconds. For network station identification, you're listening to Pacers basketball on the Elevance Health Radio Network. Pacers down a dozen, 2:28 to play in the half. Siakam will go to the line twice. Pacers from the line, 7 of 9. Siakam is 1 of 2. And the first of 2 here is clean.
It's going to be a Jarris Walker sighting here. Looking to get an opportunity to see if he can create a spark here for the Pacers going into the locker room.
He has not played in the Eastern Conference Finals, but he's out there now with Nembhard, Mathurin, Halliburton, and Siakam, who just made the first of 2. 2:28 to play in the half. And the second foul shot is front rim and off. He continues to be erratic from the foul line in these playoffs. Brunson has the ball for New York. He's into the forecourt. They're in white, and he takes it the length of the floor, setting up Anunoby, who passed up a 3 out of the near corner, drove into the lane, missed the shot, and then stuck with it and finished. 52-39 for the home team. They try to stay alive. They trail in this series 3-1. Siakam up top, left hand. He found a crack of daylight but couldn't get to the rim. Nearly threw it away, and it winds up in the near corner where Walker hits a 3.
Opportunistic find here by Halliburton and kicks it out there to Walker.
He had played in 10 of Indiana's 14 playoff games, shooting just 35% from the floor. It's a big 3 here, though, at the other end. Anunoby tried to get it back, and Mathurin rebounds the miss. Pacers down 10. Halliburton to Nembhard. Nembhard turned it over. He got up in the air with nowhere to go. He gave it away to Anunoby, and then Anunoby lost the ball to Walker. Here comes Halliburton. Front court, Mathurin. He retreats into the near corner and strokes a 3.
Wow. It looks like Siakam might get hit with a foul. They come up with the turnover and knock down a 3.
52-45. New York's 14-point lead cut in half. 71 seconds left in the second quarter. Brunson near corner. Nice catch by Hart. He's played by Nembhard into the lane. Great position, Towns, and he scores against Siakam.
He's too big and strong. Just puts Siakam under the rim.
He's got 17. They lead by 9. Siakam will attack Towns at the other end, but his shot falls off the front of the rim. Towns now in the first half with 17 points and 9 rebounds. New York leading by 9. Hart has it. Flips it to Bridges, right side baseline against Halliburton. Backing in with 40 seconds to play in the half. He got to the dotted half circle and knocked it down. 56-45. New York reestablishing a double-figure lead with 36 and 7/10 seconds to play in the half. They continue to shoot it well. They're at 51% from the floor. Nembhard has it for the Pacers. He's on the logo at center. Now off a Walker screen, gives it to Walker. Walker bounces once and takes a dead-on three. It's short. Rebounded by Hart. New York has an edge on the glass of +7, and they lead by 11. The shot clock is dark. They should take a double-figure lead to halftime. The crowd at the Garden rising to its feet as Brunson from the timeline moves to his right, picks up the dribble, bounces it carelessly into the lane, stolen by Siakam, and from 40 feet out left edge, Halliburton's three hits the front of the rim and falls away. You could make a strong case, Eddie Gill, that at halftime the Pacers, playing really as lethargically as they have, are lucky to be down by just 11.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I mean, they had a chance, opportunity to go in down single digits, but Knicks put it back to double digits and still within striking distance, but have not played up to the standard as of yet.
They are down by 11, and they have yet to taste the lead. The best athletes don't just play the game, they change it. And when it comes to investing, Gainbridge is doing the same, putting you in control of your own financial future. Get started today at Gainbridge.io. It's halftime in New York. When we return, we'll go to our studio. Pat Boylan will have our halftime report. Through 2 in Game 5. It's the New York Knickerbockers 56, the Indiana Pacers 45. You're listening to the Eastern Conference Finals on the Elevance Health Radio Network.
She's worked hard. We're so proud to drop her off at her dream school.
We've grown so much. This new location will be a dream for our business.
With this dream gym at home, the whole family can get stronger together.
Forum Credit Union helps you save, share, and grow for the moments you dream about. Learn about becoming a member and our services at forumcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender. NMLS number 469848.
Hey, Pacer fans, the Pacers are in the playoffs, and Moondrops Distillery is bringing you something big. Liquid Gold Moonshine bursting with bright citrusy flavor and made with freshly squeezed lemons for that authentic State Fair taste. Now proudly representing an Indiana Pacers label. Pick up your very own Liquid Gold today at Moondrops Distillery in Fortville or at Central Indiana Kroger stores. Can't find it? Go to moondropsdistillery.com. Moondrops Distillery, proud partner of your Indiana Pacers.
Pacers Nation, game time is Zyber time. Introducing Zyber with X, a nationwide internet service provider born right here in Indy. Zyber is fast. We offer fiber or fixed wire.
Hey sports fans, it's TSI Mike. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. It's that time of the show. Please let us know where you're watching from in the chat. Where in the world are you hanging out with us at? Let us know your city and province, city and state if you're in the United States, city and country flag all over the world. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and letting us know and everyone know where you're watching. And also, you can check out that link that's pinned in the chat and in the description, our live viewers tab on our website, and go see where everybody's watching from.
Where in the world are you watching from? Now's the time to show for you to let us know where you're watching from in that chat or by visiting our new live viewers website. Holy Mackinac! As we are passing 100,000 insiders on Toronto Sports Insider, the playoff pulse is a global force. Visit TorontoSportsInsider.com to see our live viewer map and where fans are cheering from right across the globe. While you're there, check out our awesome new website and fresh merch options. Let's keep growing this global community.
To every child and family who've needed us since 1875, and all who support us, our hospital needs no introduction. But just in case, it's SickKids. And it's our 150th birthday. Our mission has always been healthier children, a better world. The first children's hospital in Canada, SickKids. Pasteurizing milk to prevent disease 30 years before it was mandatory. The heart-lung machine that transformed open heart surgery. A pediatric kidney transplant in 1969. SickKids, SickKids, and SickKids. We discovered the gene for cystic fibrosis so patients live longer lives. And we just created the world's first Atlas of Cancer using machine learning to analyze 13,000 variations. Today, the hospital sees over 130,000 patients a year. We're a research powerhouse, a training magnet, attracting nearly 600 clinical and research fellows from around the globe every year. And we're the #1 publicly funded children's hospital in the world. We're celebrating 150 years of excellence, driven by philanthropy. What's next? Thanks to donors like you, we're going to keep healing Canada and the world, and we're going to heal the future.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I want to thank you.
Thank you for supporting SickKids Cut.
Thank you for helping us save kids' lives.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being... Thank you.
Little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip. Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Ways to save.
All right, huddle up, Pacer fans. This is the money-saving scoop from Citizens Energy Group. Turn off the faucet while brushing your teeth to save water. Toss on a layer before turning up the heat. That'll save you some energy. And always, always do full loads of laundry. Remember, the more you could serve, the more you could save. Now get out there. Find more ways to save on your bill at citizensenergygroup.com.
Hi, this is Archie Manning. After years of playing football, I've learned to listen to my body. These days, that includes listening for signs of heart problems like chest discomfort or feeling tired from doing simple activities. The expert team of heart specialists at Ascension St. Vincent has made it the st hospital for cardiac care in Indiana. So when you need care for your heart, contact the winning team at ascension.org/St. Vincent Heart.
Game number 5 out in Madison Square Garden, and the Knicks lead at 56-45. They'll need to win tonight or their season comes to an end, and the Pacers advance to the NBA Finals. I'm Pat Boylan. Here are your first half stats. The Pacers' last 4 halves have either been in the 60s or the 40s. 42 in the second half of game number 3, 69 and 61 in the 2 halves on Tuesday, 45 here tonight. Pacers leading scorer Pascal Siakam, 9 points in 17 minutes. Tyrese Halliburton coming off one of the best performances in all of the playoffs and in franchise history, has not found his groove. 4 points in 17 minutes for Halliburton, 4 points for Andrew Nembhard as well. Halliburton has 3 assists. Miles Turner in 12 minutes, 5 points. A couple of blocks, 1 rebound. Aaron Nesmith has played just 8 minutes. That's worth watching. Was listed as questionable again tonight. Looked good on Tuesday. Nesmith 0 of 3 from the floor. He has not scored. Indiana's bench, though, has been good, and a reason why the Pacers are not down by more. Benedict Mather in 6 points in 10 minutes, 6 for Toppin, 5 for McConnell. McConnell also has 4 assists, 3 for Walker, 3 for Shepard. Tony Bradley didn't score in 4 minutes. Now, the Pacers are shooting it fine from 3, 39%, but not from inside the arc, where they're just 37.5% overall on the night. That means they are shooting worse from 2 than they are from 3. They're 8 of 11 from the free throw line. As for New York, leading scorer Karl Anthony Towns, 17 and 10 already in 20 minutes. Jalen Brunson, 14. 6 for OG Anunoby, 4 for Robinson, 4 for Bridges. Off of their bench, Hart had 5, 3 for Shamet, 3 for McBride. DeLon Wright did not score. The Knicks shooting at 51% from the field, 36% from 3. They're 5 of 5 from the line. So the Pacers have hit 2 more threes and 3 more free throws. But the Knicks are shooting it far, far better inside the arc. They've outscored the Pacers, more than doubled them up in the paint, 32-14. Rebounds advantage Knicks, 25-18. They were dominant in the second quarter. The Pacers were just fine on the glass in the first quarter. The Knicks' second chance points, they are +7. New York's turned it over 7 times. The Pacers 6. Indiana is +8 off of the turnover, but they're down by 11 at the half. We'll take a look around the NBA next on the Elevance Health Radio Network.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers.
It's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9 with IT. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
If you want a tire shop that doesn't feel like your ordinary tire shop, then you need to meet Tire Man. Bell Tire. Good point, Tire Man. Tire Man works at Bell Tire. He's part tire, part man, all heart. Bell Tire. Right, Tire Man. We repair flats for free at Bell Tire. And as Tire Man just said, we actually care about our customers. We're not your ordinary tire shop because we're changing tires. Bell Tire.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the NBA Finals.
In the NBA Finals, any moment can become unforgettable. Now is your chance to watch the next moment you'll remember forever.
Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
Unforgettable awaits.
Anything's possible.
The 2025 NBA Finals presented by YouTube TV begin June 5th on ABC.
Now you can call every shot when it comes to investing because Gainbridge's easy online platform puts you in control of your own financial future. Choose trusted products, invest on your own terms with as little as $1,000, and watch your savings grow over time with reliable returns. You make the choices, you make the calls. So no matter what, you're always in the lead. Get started today at Gamebridge.io. Gamebridge is an official partner of the Indiana Pacers.
Halftime out in New York City, game number 5, where the Knicks lead the Pacers 56-45. I'm Pat Boylan. Oklahoma City, a 124-94 winner in game number 5. They wrap up the series 4-1. They are awaiting Pacers and Knicks. If the Pacers are able to mount a comeback and win tonight, they will head to their second ever NBA Finals. If they don't, they'll have 2 more shots at it, but their margin for error drops in a loss tonight. The Pacers, again, would just have 1 more home game in the series. It would be game number 6. That potential game is on Saturday, 8 o'clock, tip 7:30 Kroger pregame show right here. You can join us in person by visiting Pacers.com/tickets. Pacers and Knicks, game number 5. Indiana up 3-1 in the series, but the Knicks are up on the scoreboard at halftime, 56-45. The third quarter out in New York City. Mark Boylan, Eddie Gill next on the Elevance Health Radio Network.
At KeyBank, we know a small moment like,
what's it like to have a yard?
Can lead to an even bigger question like,
am I ready to buy a home?
And that's the type of moment where we'll meet you, prepared to talk about everything you need to know when applying for a mortgage, so you can try to turn those backyard dreams into reality. Paul?
Yes?
Question. Are you a hammock person?
You know, I think I might be.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. NMLS 399797, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey Pacers fans, by saying yes to organ donation, you're choosing to give the gift of life, an incredible way to make a lasting difference even after you're gone. It's a powerful decision that offers hope to those waiting on the National Transplant Waiting List for a life-saving organ. Join your Pacers in supporting organ donation and get the heart on your driver's license. If more people say yes to being an organ donor, more lives can be saved. Visit DonateLifeIndiana.org to learn more and share your decision with your family.
You know Unleaded 88 is engine smart and earth kind. But what does that mean really? Engine smart because Unleaded 88 burns cooler and cleaner with higher octane for superior performance at a great price. Earth kind because Unleaded 88 reduces toxic compounds in your fuel and burns more completely, reducing harmful emissions. That's good for our environment and our health. Engine smart, earth kind. 4 simple words to remember when you fill up. Choose Unleaded 88.
Upland Brewing is proud to be an official partner of the Indiana Pacers. For over 25 years, Upland has crafted award-winning beers right here in Indiana. Whether it's Courtside Indiana Pale Ale, the official craft beer of the Pacers, or a pint of Dragonfly, Indiana's best-selling IPA, Upland beers are perfect for cheering on the blue and gold. Find Upland beers throughout Gainbridge Fieldhouse, at any of our 9 locations, on tap at bars and restaurants, and at your local grocery and liquor stores. Go Pacers!
We're set to start the third quarter in New York. The Pacers have never led. They've trailed by as many as 14. And they're down by 11 as we go to the third quarter. Pat Boylan is in our Indianapolis studio. With Eddie Gill, I'm Mark Boyle. Pacers really struggling. They've been more passive than they have aggressive. They're shooting 38% from the floor. And Tyrese Halliburton, who was nothing short of brilliant in Game 4, looks like a totally different player in this game. It's not just the numbers, it's the approach. He was so authoritative, so aggressive, so proactive in Game 4, and he looks tentative and passive here in Game 5. Any theories?
I couldn't agree more, and we talked about this in Game 4. Sure, historic numbers in his own right, but it was how he approached the game, his disposition, and how he was able to go out and just stay in attack mode the entire night. And we've seen quite the contrary here in this first half so far. Just really looking a little bit timid and not really aggressive to try to drive the basketball, look for opportunities there, not only for himself but for his teammates. Definitely have to put it in a different gear if the Pacers are going to have some success here, because right now on the opposite end, Brunson first quarter 14 points, and then Karl Anthony Towns took over from there. Seemingly no answer for him right now.
He already has a double-double, 17 points and 10 rebounds. Brunson with 14. The Pacers do not have a double-figure scorer. Their leading scorer with 9 is Pascal Siakam. Third quarter about to begin. Indiana with the ball. They'll move it left to right in the second half, and they'll play with their original starting 5, Tyrese Halliburton, Andrew Nembhard, Aaron Nesmith, Pascal Siakam, and Miles Turner. New York will do the same. Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges, Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, and Mitchell Robinson. Halliburton's into the forecourt, bouncing at left sideline. Third quarter underway. Turner hands it off to Halliburton. He drives it to the right wing, picks up the dribble, shovels the ball to Nesmith, who attacks, getting to the hoop. He almost walked. He did walk. Looked like he might get away with it for a second, but then Zach Zarba blew the whistle, and New York will have their first possession. Turnovers in this game. Indiana has committed 7, and so has New York.
Start the third quarter much like started the game, with a couple missteps there.
Brunson will work it into the forecourt against Nesmith. He's across the timeline, right side, gives to Robinson. He in turn hands it off to Towns. Outside the arc, left side of the floor, the shot clock at 10. Brunson fumbled it, but it deflected right to Towns. He attacks from the left side, gets into the lane, and is called for an offensive foul.
So Nesmith stands in there and takes the contact. He's still down.
He'll be helped up by Turner and Siakam. That's the second foul on Towns. Well, you're getting mowed over by a guy that's 7 feet, 248 pounds.
You got to prepare you for that, and I don't know that there is any sort of preparation for it, but he's able to get up and walk that one off.
Neither team scores with its first third quarter possession. New York by 11. Nembhard has it. Perimeter right, Turner shovels back to Nembhard. Strong drive into the lane. He can't finish. He got to the hoop, but the right hand fell off the side of the rim, and Brunson brings it for New York. They maintain that double-figure lead. Brunson into the lane against Halliburton. Almost threw it away. Halliburton knocked it out of bounds over on the far side. New York will have 13 seconds to shoot. 1 minute gone here in the third quarter. New York is in front by 11. Ball is in. Bridges hands it to Brunson. Brunson on the logo at center court. Works his way to the right sideline. Now to the center of the floor. Turns the corner down the left side. He'll flip it up off the glass. That's his first scoring since the first quarter. New York leads 58-45. Back comes Indiana. Turner setting up Nesmith, and out of the far corner, Nesmith with his first scoring of the night, hitting a three.
Yeah, stark contrast. He had some open looks in the first half. Couldn't get those to go. Good sign there.
He's had a great final shooting the three. 62% coming in. And he's 1 of 2 from out there in this game. Now Brunson again. All the way to the goal, in on the left side, and he's got a chance for a three-point play.
This is not great defense there. Nesmith trying to pressure him. But if you're going to pressure, you have got to keep the ball in front. Tries to draw a foul out on the perimeter. Official is not going for it. He's able to get to the rim, and that's the 4th and 1 opportunity right now for the Knicks in this game.
Brunson very effective, 8 of 12 from the floor, 18 points, his first trip to the line. He has gone to the line better than 10 times a game in this series. And when he's gotten there, he's been successful, 92%. This is his first try in this game, and he rolls it in. New York has not missed a foul shot. They've only been 6 times. They're in front by 13. Pacers left to right. Halliburton edge of the arc. Played by Robinson. Goes to the foul line. Siakam there. He'll let it go. It's short. And it's rebounded by Robinson. The Pacers shooting just 37% from the floor. New York has the ball. They're in front by 13. Bad pass kept alive by Bridges. He's got it out on the left edge of the arc to the center of the floor for Towns. Towns is on the logo with the shot clock at 8. Looks to get rid of it. Finds Brunson right sideline. A 3 is on the way, and it's perfect. Brunson has scored 8 points in the first 2 minutes plus of the third quarter. They're in front by a game-high 16, and Halliburton finds an avenue to the goal. Down the right side, he scoops it in. That's his first field goal. And now the inbound is stolen by Nesmith. Pacers trailing by 14, trying to take advantage of a turnover here. Siakam has it up top. Left edge to Halliburton. Down the middle of the lane, he got to the goal, and his shot is spanked out of bounds by Robinson.
Didn't look like he really fully committed and believed in that shot attempt. Kind of a afterthought, and Robinson makes him pay for it.
9:23 to go in the third. Baseline inbound. 13 to shoot. Turner takes it. He's got it on the right side of the floor, trying to escape Robinson. Finally gives up the dribble. Shot clock at 6. He can't find an open man. Robinson knocked it out of bounds off of Turner.
Yeah, again, just the Knicks are clearly the aggressor, seemingly on every possession.
9:11 left in the third. There's still plenty of time, but so far the Pacers have played a very poor game, and they're down by 14. With it, Brunson moving to his left. He's still outside the arc. Goes center of the floor. Bridges right back to Brunson. Shot clock to 6. Brunson left edge, lets it fly. This time his 3 is short, but it's guided right back in, rebounded by Robinson. Robinson has 6. The Pacers need a timeout. New York with a strong start to the third quarter, just as they started the first. They're up by 16 on the Elevance Health Radio Network.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with Healthy Indiana plan benefits, we help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
Be part of something bigger with a career at Nucor. When you join our organization, you become part of a team that makes an impact on people's lives, communities, and the environment. Join us to forge deep bonds with teammates, get the freedom to activate your ideas, and gain the stability to build a lifelong career. Learn more at nucor.com/careers. That's nucor.com/careers. Come be a part of something bigger at Nucor. Nucor is an equal opportunity employer.
It's time to ball, and Beatbox is here to party with the Indiana Pacers. Beatbox Party Punch is bursting with delicious flavor, 11.1% ABV, and low sugar. This punch is the perfect drink to fire up fans at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Plus, with a resealable cap, this drink is built to withstand all the courtside hype. There ain't no party like a Beatbox party. Go Pacers.
Please drink responsibly. Must be 21 plus.
Experience the Midwest's newest fine dining destination, Commission Row. Our menu includes the best locally sourced steaks, chops, seafood, and raw bar offerings. Created by Pacers Sports and Entertainment in partnership with Cunningham Restaurant Group. Commission Row is located right next to Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Whether for dinner on the main level or drinks and Mel's, our speakeasy bar, make Commission Row a part of your next game night. Learn more or make a reservation at commissionrow.com.
8:49 left in the third quarter. New York outscores the Pacers 10-5 to start the quarter. They have a game-high 16-point lead. This key stretch of the game, a presentation of Key Bank. With Eddie Gill, I'm Mark Boyle. We're at Madison Square Garden. Let's go to Indianapolis and Pat Boylan.
Here's where the difference between these two games can really be summed up. On Tuesday night, the Pacers shot 41% from three, but 57% inside the arc. Tonight, 42% from three, just a hair better than Tuesday night, in fact. But where the Pacers were 57% on their two-point shots on Tuesday, 35% here tonight. A major difference. The Pacers have been outscored 38 to 16 points in the paint. And this 16-point lead for the Knicks is one shy of their largest lead in the series.
They lead by 16 in this game with 8:49 to play in the third. And Eddie, they've been by far the aggressor, literally, from the opening tip. And there's still more than enough time to get back in it. But for some reason, the Pacers have just been lackadaisical.
Yeah, plenty of time to get back into it, but yeah, certainly have to be far more intentional about their approach to each and every possession. Right now, almost going through the motions to some degree, and just have not been able to rally and get stops, especially with Brunson and Towns. The game that they're having, Brunson got off to a quick start in the first quarter and doing it again here in the third.
He has scored 22 points. Towns with 17 and 10 rebounds. Pacers have the ball out of the timeout. Neither team substituted. Both play with their original starters. Turner has it way out near the timeline. He can't get away from Robinson. He gives it to Nesmith with 4 to shoot. Nesmith fires, missing a dead-on 3. Turner tracks down the rebound in the near corner, and then he threw it away. Cross-court pass easily intercepted by Bridges. Boy, the Pacers have just really been off their game the entire first 2+ quarters. New York by 16, trying to add to the lead, but they'll turn the ball over on the right side as they tried to work the ball into the lane with Towns. Instead, a whistle and an offensive foul called on Towns.
Yes.
Correction, not an offensive foul, just a turnover. But the ball knocked out of bounds off of Towns. I thought they called him for. No, they did call him for a foul.
They did call him for a foul. Yeah, Nembhard does a good job of reading it. He's able to come in there and get a hand on the ball, and Towns committed the foul afterwards.
Pacers have their work cut out for them. They're down 16. Halliburton and Nesmith, far sideline. Nembhard attacks, then gives it up. Nesmith on the move to the left wing against Brunson. Now across the lane, left to right. Brunson stripped the ball, and it rolls out of bounds with the shot clock at 7.
I think Nesmith can do more of that against Brunson there. Good hand by Brunson, but he's in a bad way if he doesn't get a deflection there.
I stand corrected. The Pacers have substituted. Tony Bradley has replaced Miles Turner. 7 to shoot, near side baseline inbound front court. Nembhard lobs it way up top. Siakam has it, goes to work against Brunson, left wing, 3 to shoot. Got it to Nesmith, he'll have to hurry. He bounces it once, misses a 3. Towns with the New York rebound. Brunson leading by 16, sends it to the far corner. Anunoby there, his 3 is off target, and it's rebounded by nobody. It's out of bounds off of Indiana.
Well, Tony Bradley was standing on the baseline as he rebounded the ball, so it's out of bounds on him there.
Pacers have been out rebounded by 10 in this game. Knicks have 14 to shoot, 7:34 to play in the third. Brunson will play the ball in, and he threw it away. He tried to get it to Towns. It rolled into the front court. It's picked up by Siakam, and he gives it to Bradley, and Bradley is nailed at the front of the rim. Robinson planted him, and Bradley will shoot two.
Yeah, that's a great hustle there by Pascal Siakam to give the Pacers a 2-on-1 break.
Bradley had 3 points in 10 minutes off the bench in Game 4. He'll shoot a pair here. He has not scored in this game. In the first half, the Pacer bench outscored the New York bench by a dozen. In fact, the Pacer bench outscored the starters 23-22 in that first half. Bradley shoots two. The first one is good.
And again, as badly as they're playing, definitely have plenty of time to get back into this game and make it more competitive.
35% from the floor now to New York's 53%. Add that to the -10 on the glass. Benedict Mathurin will check in on the next dead ball. Meanwhile, Bradley, who hit the first, nails the second. His first 2 points of the game. The Pacers have made 10 of their 13 foul shots. They trail by 14 points. Brunson brings it up against Nembhard. Into the forecourt right side. Towns over to screen. Brunson moving to the center of the floor. He stumbles but maintains control of the dribble. Now sends it up top. Robinson gives it back to Brunson. Brunson drives it to the foul line, and he's on the line twice as Nembhard fouled him.
Just the craftiness. He gets around the ball screen action and just stops. As Nembhard is in his footsteps, he's able to draw the foul.
He went 11 of 12 from the line in Game 4. He's only been once in this game, and he made that. He'll shoot two here. He is their leading scorer with 22 points. Pacers still don't have a man in double figures. Siakam the leader with 9. Pacers down 14. 7:09 left in the third quarter. Game 5, a New York win forces a Game 6. Saturday night in Indianapolis. Here's Brunson's first foul shot, and it is good. Brunson had 14 in the first quarter, didn't score in the second, but Towns had a dozen in the second. Bryant's going to get a chance to work. He'll replace Bradley, who appears to be injured as he walks off the floor.
Yeah, he's going back into the tunnel with Carl.
Bryant hasn't played in either of the last 2 games. His minutes taken by Bradley. But he's out there now. Brunson's second foul shot with New York leading by 15 makes it a 16-point game. He has scored 10 points in the first 4 minutes and 50 seconds of the third quarter. They lead 68-52. Halliburton bouncing it to Bryant, who comes in on the right side and had his shot smacked away from behind by Robinson. Back the other way, Bridges picks up the dribble, right edge, sends it right of the lane. Robinson works his way into, correction, not Robinson, Anunoby works his way into the lane. And now Towns drives right by Siakam and lays it in.
Again, it's the blow-by dribbles that cannot happen.
They're in front by 18. The Pacers turn it over. Here comes Brunson. The lob to the goal. A one-hand attempted catch and dunk. Doesn't go, but Anunoby is fouled, and he'll go to the line twice. New York is in front by 18 points, and the Pacers still not showing any signs of life whatsoever.
Zero. And that's when you play it like that in terms of not being engaged, not the sense of urgency, not playing at maximum effort. Shot making is going to falter. You'll see turnovers. You'll see guys get free runs to the rim, as we've seen here with the Knicks.
Nembhard's foul, his third, the team's third. Anunoby with 6 points, made a pair of foul shots earlier in the game. Ben Shepherd getting set to return for the Pacers. And following the first foul shot, which is good, Shepherd replaces Nembhard. New York now leading by a game-high 19 points. 6 minutes and 32 seconds left to play in the third quarter. With Pat Boylan and Eddie Gill, I'm Mark Boyle. New York trying to stay alive to force a Game 6, and so far, from their perspective, so good, as Anunoby hits both. They now lead by 20. They've outscored the Pacers in this quarter 16-7. Across the timeline, moving left to right, Siakam to the wing, takes it to the dotted half, and he's fouled by Towns. Foul shots are coming. That's 4 on Towns. And Siakam will go to the line, attempting to become the first Pacer to hit double figures in this game.
Again, just an awful foul by Towns. Just push a guy in the back blatantly in broad daylight. You already have 3 fouls and actually have a really good game going. Now you're going to go take a seat as Josh Hart's at the table.
Siakam will shoot 2. He's 2 of 4 from the line. Just 3 of 9 from the floor in this game. One of many Pacers struggling. And Siakam, speaking of struggling, continues his erratic postseason from the foul line. He's 2 of 5 from the line in this game after missing this, and he'll shoot another one. Towns is out, and Josh Hart is in. Hart scored 5 points off the bench in the first half. 72-52, 6 minutes, 24 seconds left to play, third quarter. New York has been the superior team from the opening tip. They have never given up the lead. Siakam again, and he made 1 of 2. The third time he's gone to the line and made 1 of 2. He's got 10 points. New York by 19 midway through the third. Brunson brings it up the left side and tried to send it into the lane. The ball was kicked, and New York will play it from the near side. 17 on the shot clock, 6:17 on the game clock.
And if not for that, Josh Hart's going to catch the ball and lay it in. Poor communication as Josh Hart was alone under the rim.
Anunoby will work it in, and he'll get it, or try to get it to Hart, but it's tapped out of bounds. They'll do it again, this time from closer to the timeline. And Anunoby will step back out onto the floor. Brunson will play it in this time. 19-point New York lead midway through the third quarter of Game 5. Brunson has it out near the timeline. And now he'll get it to Bridges, who hands it off. Hart drives the lane and throws it away. Tried to go into the corner. Halliburton intercepts it. Long pass to the other end, and Mathurin is pushed out of bounds by Robinson.
When you get back in this game, you'll need a couple bad things to happen for the Knicks. That's 2 consecutive really bad fouls. I mean,
Mathurin will shoot 2 here.
Mathurin was not in position to score there as he couldn't receive that basketball clean.
That's their 4th team foul. The reality of the situation is this, as Mathurin hits the foul shot. You've got 3 chances to win 1 game. Now, you don't want to look at it that way, and I can't possibly know how these players are thinking, but based on the way they're playing, it almost looks like that's their approach.
Yeah, that's the mindset for you and I to have. Certainly not for guys in uniform. You got to go out and try to seize the moment. Nothing is guaranteed.
Still time, but the Pacers really have been a step off pace the entire game. Foul shots here from Mathurin. It's a 17-point lead for New York. Obi Toppin getting set to come in as Brunson drives down the right side, feeds the far corner. Josh Hart's 3 is rebounded weak side by Bridges. They work it back up top. Hart drives it into the lane. He got to the dotted half circle. Couldn't get any closer. Fed it to Bridges. Bridges on the foul line. Gives it to Hart down the left side. He fakes. He'll turn and miss with the right hand. Robinson after the rebound, but Siakam beat him to it. Siakam then threw the outlet away. Hart goes right edge. Brunson to the corner. Anunoby wants 3, and he missed it. Weak side rebound, loose ball foul on Hart. That'll put New York in the penalty with 5:22 to go, and Mathurin on the line. Mathurin 2 of 2 in this game. He's got 8 points, and he'll shoot 2 more. He was the Pacers' leading scorer against New York during the 3-game regular season series. He averaged better than 25 points per game, in large part because he had a career-high 38 points in a win over the Knicks back in November, and he had that terrific game in Game 4 with 20 points in less than 13 minutes.
Yeah, and this is a great opportunity here for the Pacers, able to put points on the board with the clock stopped. Not a great foul there by Hart in that rebounding situation.
They've had the edge on the glass. They're plus 11. Mathurin's foul shot is good. 1 more coming. Obi Toppin will check in for Pascal Siakam. Toppin scored 6 points in the first half. This is his first work in the third quarter. 72-56. New York by 16. 1 more for Benedict Mathurin. Taking his time. He's now ready, and his second foul shot is perfect. Pacers from the line in this game are now 15 of 19. They're down by 15. They've trailed by as many as 20. Brunson brings it across. Mathurin very aggressively defending, and in the end too aggressive. He's called for a foul out near the timeline.
Some of these fouls are absolutely mind-blowing. The Knicks initially, the last few possessions, and this one here, Mathurin just completely just almost a take foul.
Really? Yeah. There wasn't much doubt about it. They get it in. Brunson has it. He'll go to work on Mathurin again, driving to his left. Now Halliburton picks him up. He drives on Halliburton, beat him to the hoop, kicked it to the top where the wide open Hart is short with a 3-ball. Mathurin has the rebound. The Pacers trail by 15 points. 4:57 to play in the third quarter. Mathurin, top of the circle, gives to Halliburton. He whips it into the lane, and Toppin knocks it in off the glass. He's on the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
There we go. A few good possessions here offensively where the Pacers are able to come away with points, and defensively get some stops, and Toppin will get himself an and one opportunity.
Pacers are within 13 after trailing by 20.
It's great recognition.
Eddie Miles McBride is in for Anunoby.
I was going to say, just great recognition there by Halliburton, finding Toppin. Got Brunson buried in that position.
Toppin hit a pair of foul shots earlier in the game. He's got 8 points. Make it 9. So the Pacers have cut the New York lead from 20 to 12 with still almost 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Brunson will bring it up. Ben Shepherd is on for the first time this half, playing with Bryant, Toppin, Halliburton, and Mathurin. Brunson down the right side, finds the open man under the hoop, bounced it to Bridges, who laid it in. New York by 14. Halliburton on top, sends it into the lane. Toppin got away and laid it off the glass with a right hand.
That's a great cut to the basket by Toppin.
74-62 for New York. Hart hurries to the forecourt, and now New York, as Hart moves it up the left side, play is halted, a foul off the ball.
Hacker Robinson.
We saw some of that earlier.
Yeah, Hacker Robinson strategy here, which the Pacers try to hold on to this strategy to some degree. For the most part in this series, we've seen it maybe a couple times, but could be an opportunity here to either get him out of the game or put him on the line for the next couple minutes.
Shooting just 41% from the line in the playoffs, and he heaves the first one here off the back of the rim. He wasn't a great foul shooter during the regular season, but 68% is quite a bit better than 41%.
Yeah, it's respectable from that position.
It is.
And especially for a guy who is not relied upon for any perimeter shooting or any shooting at all. Most of his attempts will come right at the rim with putbacks and lob attempts.
He's got one more. New York's lead is 12, and it remains that way as he heaves another one off the back of the rim. It's rebounded by Bryant. 4:13 left in the third. Mathurin hard down the left side, throws up a prayer, and he earned a trip to the line. Boy, they bailed him out there. He came bolting in from the left side, totally out of control, and they put him on the line. Robinson picks up his third.
Yeah, he's actually absolutely swarmed by white jerseys. He was going to the rim no matter what happened there. Earns another trip to the line, and you see Achua get some run.
He got some run in the previous game, 2 minutes and 24 seconds. His first work in the series. He didn't score. Mathurin shoots 2. This has arguably, as he hits the foul shot, been the Pacers' worst performance in their 15 playoff games. I'm amazed they're within 11 as Mathurin hits the first.
Listen, I mentioned this run started with a couple bad fouls by the Knicks and just boneheaded plays to give the Pacers a little bit of life. And that heart is beating just a little bit more right now.
It was 72-52. The Pacers are on an 11-2 run. Make it 12-2. Mathurin is now 6 of 6 from the line. 10-point game with 4:09 left in the third.
Next thing you know, you got all 5 yellow jerseys up, picking up full court now.
Brunson will move it into the forecourt against Mathurin, crossing the timeline. On that logo, now angling to his left, penetrates the arc down the left side, and he flipped it in off the glass. That was a tough shot, and he pushes the New York lead back to 12. He's got 12 of his 26 here in the third. Halliburton, center of the floor. Moving to his left, hits the wing, deals it down low. Bryant works it back out to the edge of the arc, and there's an offensive foul. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the third quarter. The Pacers turn it over after they had cut it from 20 to 10. New York gets a Brunson field goal, and Shepard is called for an offensive foul. Bryant is out. Siakam is in. Still no word on Tony Bradley, who appeared to be hobbling. And now we do hear that Bradley has a left hip strain, and his return is questionable. Brunson with it, left sideline, 3.5 to go third quarter. Brunson center of the floor against Halliburton, takes him down the left side, gives it to Hart, who fumbled it, picked it back up in the lane, goes perimeter right, hard drive, right baseline, Bridges hits a pull-up.
Tough shot there going to his right, a little step back on the baseline.
They've responded with consecutive field goals after seeing their lead cut in half. They lead 78-64 with just over 3 minutes left in the third. Mathurin heaves an unsuccessful three from up top. Here comes Brunson the other way. Right of the logo into the forecourt. Edge of the arc, he'll let a three ball go, and he's fouled by Toppin. A 4-point possibility here for Brunson. They have responded beautifully after allowing the Pacers to cut it from 20 to 10. They go on a 7-point run with Brunson on the line looking for a 4-point play.
He's lobbying for a return, for a review here. They're going to get a timeout. I don't know if that's going to get a review also.
Boy, New York really responding well. They were up 20. The Pacers cut it to 10, and now they're right back up by 17 with Brunson, pending a possible review, going to the line looking for a 4-point play. 2:56 left in the third. You're listening to the Eastern Conference Finals on the Elevance Health Radio Network.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership is better than ever. Save up to $1,100 each year on gas, groceries, delivery fees, and streaming options. With double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and exclusive savings for members, there's so much to love about Boost. Sign up for a Boost membership today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
They don't call it Sailor Jerry's spiced rum for nothing. We make our rum in the name of Norman Sailor Jerry Collins, father of the old school tattoo. You've seen them before, bright, bold, and filled with meaning. As an independent spirit, he lived his life all in the way we approach making our rum now. Still made the old school way, 92 proof, with all natural spices and flavors. This is a solid drink, no matter how you like it. Respect his legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly.
In Indiana, we grow basketball and soybeans. Just like the first bushel baskets used to create the game of basketball, we are growing bushels of beans all across the state, which help drive the Indiana economy, create sustainable products, and of course, create a sustainable source of food. Meet the people behind the family farms across the state at indianasoybean.com. This message was funded by Indiana's soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Postseason dunks, threes, buzzer beaters. There's so much NBA happening. I gotta keep up.
Whoa, take it easy there. There's a better way to NBA. All playoffs long.
Wait, really?
With the NBA app, you get real-time stats and scores for every playoff matchup. Witness playoff drama as it unfolds.
Seriously?
Catch every bucket all in one place, all for free.
Where have you been all my life?
There's a better way to NBA. Download the app today. Available on the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
New York leading by 17 with Brunson on the line, looking to complete a 4-point play. Deep third quarter here in Game 5. Every assist the Pacers record tonight results in a $5 donation to the Pacers Foundation from KeyBank so far. The Pacers have 14 assists on 19 field goals. Really good response by New York. They had let that 20-point lead dwindle to 10, and then 7 quick points. They're back up 17. Good response to really the Pacers' first serious challenge of the game.
No, there's no question about it, because we've highlighted how Pacers have not had the pop in their step that's required here. But as they were slowly but surely getting back into the game, you see the confidence growing a little bit, get a little bit more aggressive, but great response by the Knicks.
Brunson had 14 in the first quarter, didn't score in the second. He spent much of it on the bench. And then he's got 15 here in the third. This foul shot, if he makes it, will give him his 10th 30-point game in New York's 17 playoff games. perfect in this game, 3 of 3, and over 90% from the line in the conference final. Pacers now playing with T.J. McConnell on for the first time this half. Benedict Mathurin, Obi Toppin, Pascal Siakam, and Ben Shepherd. Brunson's foul shot with 2:56 left in the third is clean. He's got 30, and it's an 18-point New York lead. They're on an 8-point run. McConnell to the forecourt, down the right side, spins into traffic, feeds the dotted half. That's where Siakam will go to work, and he'll bank it up too hard. Here comes New York running with Hart. Left side Bridges, picks up the dribble, sends it into the lane, and Achua right in front is on the line with a chance for a three-point play.
And another and one opportunity. I mean, that's a sign of aggression, a sign of being out of position from a defensive perspective. And just not good at all when you're seeing this happen consistently to your defense.
McConnell's foul is his first. They were up 20. The Pacers cut it to 10. And now they're on a 10-point run, and they've matched their largest lead of the game. With Achua on the line, they'll go to their bench. DeLon Wright, who played but did not score in the first half, will give Brunson a rest. Brunson with a big third quarter. He's got 16 of his 30 in this quarter. 2 minutes and 38 seconds left. New York up by 20. And Achua, who during the regular season shot just 59% from the line, misses the foul shot. They're on a 10-point run. They lead by 20. Toppin gave it to McConnell. The Pacers attacking in yellow, left to right. Toppin down the left side, got into the lane, but could not finish. And it's rebounded by Achua. New York dominating on the glass. They're plus 11. As Wright handles it up top, played by Shepherd. Now McBride, left sideline, left-hand dribble. Got to the left baseline. He pulls up from there and scores. New York is on a 12-point run. They have a game-high 22-point lead. 2:07 left in the third quarter. McConnell in the lane from the right wing, throws it away. His cross-court pass is intercepted. Taking it the length is Wright. He missed the layup, and Mathurin has it, leading the break to the other end. Toppin bounces to Siakam, and Siakam is fouled from behind. As he tried to finish the play, he'll go to the line and shoot two. New York has scored the game's last 12 points, pushing their lead to a game-high 22 as McBride is called for his second.
It looks like they're going to take a look at this.
Possibly flagrant. Pacers have taken a timeout.
Or
why would they take a timeout here?
I'm not sure.
Players under review. Rick Carlisle is livid.
He's complaining about a foul. I think he's complaining about a different possession where Pascal Siakam.
Ruling on the floor is a defensive foul on McBride. The play is under review to see if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul.
Very unusual that the Pacers would take a timeout here when a review has been called for by the officials.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that all worked out here, but yeah, they're going to review to see if this is a flagrant here. That's a hard foul in my book, but
same here. He got him from behind. He reached around. He was below the shoulders. Fouled him on the shooting arm. I'd be surprised. Well, I shouldn't say I'd be surprised. Oftentimes I'm surprised. I guess by now I shouldn't be.
Right.
But that looks to me just like a hard foul.
Yeah, it looks like a hard foul. But I think Rick was irate about the possession before where Siakam didn't get the call.
Or maybe he's just irate about the Pacers' performance and he's taking it out on the officials.
That too.
After review, there's no windup and no follow-through. The impact is not the standard for a flagrant foul. Therefore, a common foul stands.
That's the right call and very efficiently done by the crew there. That didn't take very long.
Yeah, no, that was pretty quick. But that foul there are the foul that the Pacers should have been taking instead of giving up and one opportunities. Again, count 5 of them so far.
I'm just baffled by this. I can understand a poor performance. It happens. These are really good teams, and every once in a while, you're off kilter. But this has been such a passive effort. I'm just startled by it.
Yeah, no, we agree. I mean, you can have games where you don't make shots, that's also part of the problem here tonight. But I think it's attributed to the lack of aggression. Or you can have games where you turn the ball over, make a lot of mistakes in that regard. But the games where you don't bring it from a engagement or intentional effort standpoint, those are the ones that are head scratchers.
Siakam knocks down the foul shot. He has scored 11 points and is the only Pacer in double figures. New York has gotten 30 from Brunson and 19 from Towns. Towns has been on the bench for a while, having picked up his 4th foul. 86-65 New York, 1:52 left in the third quarter. Second foul shot, front rim. For the 4th time he's gone to the line and made 1 of 2. Jarris Walker back in the game, grabs the offensive rebound. It's in Matherin's hands. He drives right baseline, goes up and under, right to left, and finishes with the right hand. As he's fouled, he's on the line with a chance for a 3-point play. That foul on Hart is his 3rd. Pacers trail 86-67. Mathurin perfect from the line, 6 of 6.
I will say, Mathurin has definitely got it in gear in terms of attacking. He's got that mindset where he's going to get to the basket regardless right now.
And he's had success getting to the line. He's been perfect when he's gotten there. He completes the 3-point play here. 7 of 7 from the line. I think I said that Siakam was the only double-figure scorer. That's not correct. Mathurin has 15 and Toppin does have 11. But the Pacers are down by 18. Ball being handled by Bridges. Lobs it to the foul line. Achua kept it alive and guided it to Wright, who fires a 3 off the back of the rim from the left edge. Offensive rebound. McBride, he'll bring it back outside. They are plus 10 on the glass as McBride fires and misses from the foul line. Hart taps it to the sideline and then chases it down. He can't keep it in his hands, but he does keep it alive, and it goes out of bounds off of McConnell. That's just one example of how much more aggressive New York has been tonight than the Pacers.
Yeah, but there's no surprise about it being that guy there, Josh Hart. He's made a living off of plays just like that.
He's got half a dozen rebounds. Just over a minute to play in the third. New York by 18. Bridges has it right of the lane, takes Mathurin into the lane, misses from the dotted half. McConnell controls the long rebound. The Pacers move it left to right. Mathurin to the near sideline. Siakam shovels it back to Mathurin. He's been aggressive, and here he drives in on Hart. Hart cuts him off at the side of the lane. He goes back to the top. Shot clock at 10. Siakam spins to the foul line and got it outside to Shepard, who hits his second 3 of the game.
Shepard steps into one, nicely cutting it to 15.
86-71, and now Walker, overly aggressive, fouls Hart as he comes up the left sideline.
It's the exact same location where Mathurin committed an ill-advised foul, 45 feet from the basket.
Hart has 5 points. He made his only previous foul shot. And they're in front by 15 with 35.5 seconds to play in the third quarter. 2 shots for Hart. First one front rim and in.
See if TJ McConnell can speed the ball up the floor here and get a 2-for-1 opportunity.
35.5 seconds. That leaves 11.5 seconds between game and shot clocks. One more for Hart. His team in front by 16 points and now 17 as he knocks down both foul shots. McConnell will bring it up through the logo at center court. Hands it off left edge of the arc. Mathurin there. Mathurin driving left hand. That got him to the left baseline. He pulls up and scores. Mathurin is really the only Pacer that's been aggressive.
Yeah, he's definitely got a mindset where he's going to get to it here, give himself an opportunity, and the Pacers an opportunity to get back in this game.
There's time between game and shot clocks, but it appears to be less than a second. Crowd rising to its feet. We're down to 9 seconds to play in the third. Right side Bridges, edge of the arc against Shepard. He drives to the free throw line, and from there he scores. 17-point lead. The Pacers have less than 2 seconds to play in the third quarter, and time has expired.
No, we're going to get
a foul in the backcourt.
Whistle here. No, Zarb is going to
traveling. There was contact, but no foul. Rather a travel on Mathurin. I didn't hear the whistle. I thought that they decided to let the whole thing go. So New York will have the ball, but they haven't.
On the floor is a traveling violation.
They got to figure out time now.
Yeah, they're going to have to put something up on the clock.
Yeah.
Right now it shows 12 minutes. In other words, it's set for the start of the fourth quarter. Hard to say how much time is left, but it's very minimal. I would think less than a second.
That's what I was going to say. I thought less than a second based on the catch there. And there was some contact there, and that's what Mathurin was trying to draw the foul there.
After review, the violation occurs with .6 on the game clock. It'll be New York basketball front court.
Yeah, there was definitely contact, but that wasn't called. Mathurin then traveled. So they've got 0.6 of a second. That is, by rule, time enough for a catch and shoot. New York's going to take a timeout here. They lead by 17 as we approach the end of the third quarter. Remember, the Pacers trailed by 17 in the fourth quarter of Game 1 and rallied to win. But their performance through the first three, comparatively speaking, was much better than their performance through the first three of this game.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just the approach. You know, you have the same differential in score, but approach much different. And they would definitely have to put it in another gear here in the fourth quarter to get back into this game.
New York will have it on the far side. If the Knicks win this game, then we head to Indianapolis for Game 6. They would need to win again to force a Game 7, and for that, they'd have home floor next Monday. Oklahoma City has already nailed down its spot in the NBA Finals. They were very impressive in defeating Minnesota. Minnesota, a good team, and they did beat Oklahoma City once, and they did it by 40-plus points, but the rest of the series, the Thunder, very impressive.
Just annihilation. They have been a dominant team throughout the season with 68 wins in the regular season and just cruising through the Western Conference and wait on their finals opponent here.
They'll play the ball in with 0.6 of a second to play. Brunson back in. He'll make the inbound pass. Turner returns for the Pacers. So does Halliburton. Ball comes in from the side. Brunson got it to Towns. A turnaround from the right side of the lane is off target. And we get to the end of the third quarter with the score. The New York Knickerbockers 90, the Indiana Pacers 73. You're listening to Pacers basketball on the Elevance Health Radio Network.
Hi, this is Archie Manning. After years of playing football, I've learned to listen to my body. These days, that includes listening for signs of heart problems like chest discomfort or feeling tired from doing simple activities. The expert team of heart specialists at Ascension St. Vincent has made it the st hospital for cardiac care in Indiana. So when you need care for your heart, contact the winning team at ascension.org/St. Vincent Heart.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So we could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
The best athletes don't just play the game, they change it. When it comes to investing, Gainbridge is doing the same. Their online platform does things differently by putting you in control, so you can invest on your own terms and grow your savings over time. It's a better way to invest, because it's investing your way. Get started today with as little as $1,000 at Gainbridge.io. Gainbridge is an official partner of the Indiana Pacers.
At KeyBank, we know a small moment like,
whoa, my kid's got a serious backhand.
Can lead to an even bigger question like,
tennis campus how much?
And that's the type of moment where we'll meet you to help you build a savings plan for expenses big and small so your money can make money. Mike, how's that sound?
Sounds like match point.
Sounds like love.
We could serve up tennis puns all day.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
Through three out in New York, the Knicks lead the Pacers 90-73. Let's pause 10 seconds for network station identification. This is the Elevance Health Radio Network. Pacers have struggled to find offense all night. They're shooting 39% from the field. The Knicks at 52% as New York leads by 17 after 3. Game number 5, we head back to Madison Square Garden here. Mark Boyle and Eddie Gill with the fourth.
Fourth quarter begins with Pascal Siakam, T.J. McConnell, Benedict Mathurin, Jarris Walker, and Miles Turner for the Pacers. They're in the yellow with the blue and white numerals, letters, and trim. New York in white. Orange and blue complementary colors. They come with Karl Anthony Towns, DeLon Wright, OG Anunoby. Josh Hart is on the floor for New York. And the fifth man out there is Landry Shamet, his first appearance of the second half. And he'll make the inbound pass to start the fourth quarter. 90-73, New York is in front by 17 points. They've never trailed. They've led by as many as 22. The Pacers got it down to 10 in the third quarter, and then the Knicks scored 12 straight to move up by 22. They've got it to start the fourth, and Wright will get it into the forecourt, giving it to Shamet. Center of the floor on the logo at center court. Wright played by McConnell. Perimeter right, edge of the arc. Towns right back to the cutting right, who sends it to the near corner. Shamet bounces it once and lets a two-point shot fly from the edge of the arc. Shamet has 5. New York in front by 19. This is Indiana's first look of the fourth quarter. Turner sends it mid-post right to Siakam. Bounce to the cutter. Mathurin fouled, and he's on the line twice. He's done a really good job getting to the line and has made every foul shot that he's taken 7 of 7. Shamet picks up the foul. That's his second. Mathurin, though, has stood out in that he's really the only Pacer playing with zest.
Yeah, that's what you got to have. If you want a chance to compete here. Pacers haven't been able to do it on that particular play. He's able to cut off the basketball again. Good find by Siakam as he's double teamed in the post.
Mathurin continues perfect, hitting the foul shot. Miles McBride is in for DeLon Wright. McBride has scored 5 points tonight. Knickerbockers 92, Pacers 74. One more for Mathurin. In that 20-point game in Game 4, he went 10 of 11 from the line. And as he knocks down 2 here, he's 9 of 9 in this game. He's got 19, but the Pacers are down by 17. We're in the first minute of the fourth quarter. McBride brings it across against McConnell. Play right of the logo near the timeline. McBride not moving forward. Now he drives it with the left hand. He penetrates the arc. He works his way down the left side of the lane and then deals it into the near corner where Anunoby hits a 3. 95-75 for New York. McConnell pulls up at the other end and scores from right of the lane.
We're going to have to string some stops together here to get back into this game.
95-77. New York attacking with Hart. He's over on the right side. Now moves at center of the floor. Handoff on top to McBride. Right edge of the arc, Towns working Turner. 8 seconds to shoot. Towns drives it to the foul line. Spins around Turner. Nice move by Towns, but his layup wouldn't drop. Here comes McConnell. McConnell racing down the right side. Sends it to Walker. Walker out of the corner to the side of the lane. Feeds it into traffic. It's knocked away from Turner. It's loose on the floor, and it's collected by New York's Hart. Pacers turn it over. Hart on the drive to the foul line. And he gave it away. Put it right into Siakam's lap. Siakam heaves it across the lane to the left side where Mathurin finishes.
It's a good find there. Siakam missed chaos on that break and finds Mathurin for 2.
95-79, New York by 16. Just over 10 minutes to play in the fourth. Across the timeline on the logo at center court. McBride against McConnell. Driving hard to the right sideline. He's still outside the arc. Now comes off a Towns screen. That got him to the foul line, and on the bounce pass, the pick and roll, Towns is fouled at the hoop, and he'll go to the line twice. Terrence Walker is guilty of his second. And Towns, who has been to the line twice and made both, will shoot 2. 19 points and 11 rebounds. He and Brunson have both been consistently good in this series. In fact, it was Towns' brilliant fourth quarter in Game 3 that got them over the top. They were down 10 going to the fourth quarter. He had 20 points in that quarter.
And once again, there's been a couple games where he's been in foul trouble. Don't forget he's got 4. The Pacers have yet to test him on that end.
Missed the first one. The lead remains at 16 points. There's still time, but the Pacers just haven't been on their game so far. They had that one burst where they cut it from 20 to 10, but then New York immediately scored 12 straight.
And New York assisted in that with some ill-advised plays to give Pacers opportunity, but
Towns made the second. They're up by 17 as McConnell works it across the timeline. Down below the foul line, right sideline, left hand. Now he goes baseline on Shamet in the lane, under the rim, in trouble, looking to get rid of it. And Shamet knocked it off of McConnell and out of bounds.
Shamet again doing major damage really on both ends of the floor.
Pacers, who don't normally have turnover issues, have given the ball away 16 times, one of the many areas in which they have faltered. They've been out rebounded by 9. They're shooting just 41%. They've allowed New York to shoot 52%. 17-point New York lead, 9:28 to play in the fourth. Hart has it, left edge of the arc. Bouncing it to the top, Anunoby there against Mathurin. Anunoby drives it to the right sideline. He'll rise up from there and miss a 3. McConnell in front of McBride takes down the rebound. Walker brings it up for the Pacers. We move down toward the 9-minute mark as McConnell has it right side. He's outside the arc, looking inside. Nothing there. Siakam comes out to the wing to take it. He beat Hart to the baseline and went up and under on that baseline right to left. He's got 13. New York's lead is 15. 8:55 to play. Mathurin pressuring in backcourt. Anunoby will bring it up. Now he flips it to McBride, who has it. Into the forecourt right side, near the sideline. Left hand to the center of the floor. Hart hands it off for a catch and shoot. Shamet is short. 3-ball near side. Mathurin rebounds. Here comes McConnell. McConnell racing down the right side. He lost the ball. That's the 17th Indiana turnover. Hart has it at the other end. He gives it to Towns. Towns is stripped, and the loose ball is collected by Mathurin. Mathurin ahead to McConnell. Pacers down 15 early fourth. Left edge Walker to the corner. Turner passed up a 3. Walker did not pass up a 3 and hit it from the left edge.
Very much needed. And the Pacers slowly trying to get back into this game again.
They've cut it from 22 to 12 with plenty of time left. And that forces a New York timeout. 8:04 left fourth quarter. New York's lead is 12 on the Elevance Health Radio Network.
If you want a tire shop that doesn't feel like your ordinary tire shop, then you need to meet Tire Man. Bell Tire. Good point, Tire Man. Tire Man works at Bell Tire. He's part tire, part man, all heart. Bell Tire. Right, Tire Man. We repair flats for free at Bell Tire. And as Tire Man just said, we actually care about our customers. We're not your ordinary tire shop because we're changing tires. Bell Tire.
What if healthcare worked for everyone? What if your health was measured by more than your vital signs? What if zucchini and kale were as accessible as burgers and fries? What if AI helped doctors to know what your body will do before you do? We aren't just asking these questions. With our health plans and services, we're taking steps to address them. Elevance Health, where health can go. Learn more at elevancehealth.com.
Breaking news coming in from Betnary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
Thanks for showing up, Indy. Nothing beats catching your Pacers IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you are catching the Pacers at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Pacers and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Pacers tickets today. There is no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Indy.
8:04 left in the fourth quarter. The Pacers have used a 9-1 run to cut the New York lead to a dozen at 96-84. The Knickerbockers have the ball. Far side front court with 18 to shoot when we come back. With Eddie Gill, I'm Mark Boyle at Madison Square Garden. Let's go to Indianapolis and Pat Boylan.
Well, the Pacers bench is the only reason why they've still got a pulse here. 53 points. Now, the bench is playing more than their typical minutes, but they're executing too. The bench shooting 53% from the field. They're shooting 50% from the three-point line. They've hit 7 of Indiana's 10 threes. Only one starter in double figures. That's Pascal Siakam, but Mathurin and Toppin are in double figures for the Pacers.
And the starters have scored 31 points in this game. 4 of those starters are back in. The only exception is Walker, who stays in the game in Siakam's spot. Otherwise, Halliburton, Nembhard, Turner, and Nesmith Well, they need to get it done. They're within 12. There's way more than enough time.
And I wanted to see how long Rick would go with that lineup. In particular, Mathurin, he's one of the bright spots offensively, if not the bright spot offensively. But he elects to go with 4 of his starters here.
Not only does he have 21 points, he's got a team-high 7 rebounds. Brunson is on the floor for New York. He's got the ball. New York up by 12, moving right to left in white. The Pacers defend in yellow. Walker's on Brunson, who had the dribble poked away. He goes to the floor to rescue the possession, and Walker reaches down and ties him up. If New York wins the tip, they'll have 6 seconds to get a shot. It'll take place, this jump ball, at the foul line in the New York forecourt. Brunson listed at 6'2", and Walker at 6'8".
Good hand there by Nembhard to initiate that play, and smart move by Walker being able to tie Brunson up there.
Max Arba will put the ball in the air. Brunson jumps prematurely. Now he's back down. He jumped prematurely again, and Walker won the tap easily. Pacers down by 12. They've been within 10 once in the second half. Here's Turner. Left edge, a step back 3, and that is off target. Rebounded by Hart. New York is +7 on the glass, and Brunson brings it quickly to the attack. He's on the foul line, up top to Towns, who missed a 3 from dead on. Neesmith rebounds. Pacers down 12. Halliburton got it to Walker. Now on top, Halliburton. Halliburton backs up. He's on the logo at center court. Left edge to Walker. Bounce pass intended for Turner. On the block left side, it sailed beyond him. And the Pacers now have turned it over 18 times.
The right idea, just poor execution. Turner is ducking in and trying to seal Hart.
New York 96, Indiana 84. 7:15 left in the fourth quarter of Game 5. Knickerbockers have the ball. Hart with it. Working Nembhard down the left side of the lane. He fakes the shot. He got Nembhard up into the air, and he's on the line with a chance for a three-point play.
Make it 6-and-1 opportunities here for the Knicks.
They're in front 98-84. That foul on Nembhard is his 4th. Team fouls, New York 1, Indiana 2. Hart off of the bench with 9 points and 7 rebounds in this game. And he looks for a three-point play here. When the Pacers cut it to 10 after trailing by 20, the Knicks scored 12 straight. Hart misses the foul shot here. The Pacers had cut it to 12. And the Knicks trying to respond. Halliburton brings it for Indiana. Moving to his right, edge of the arc. Thought about a 3, now sends it to the top. Neesmith has the ball, center of the floor. Back to Halliburton, left side. 8 seconds to shoot. Halliburton off a Turner screen. Right edge of the arc, fakes the 3, gives it up, takes it back from Walker, down the right side. He missed the layup off the glass. Towns sends it ahead. Brunson has it. 6.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. New York in front by 14. Brunson working right side. Nembhard has him at the edge of the arc. Bridges over to screen. Brunson moves center of the floor, works it inside on the screen and roll. Bridges too far under, but he found Hart in the lane for a layup. Indiana takes a timeout. Hart has 11. New York has pushed it back to 16 on the Elevance Health Radio Network.
Discover a career with upward mobility. Lift Academy provides an accelerated path to a rewarding career in commercial aviation. Through the Republic Airways Career Pathway Program, you'll have a defined pathway to Republic Airways. Learn firsthand from experienced instructors. Have state-of-the-art training technology at your fingertips and earn your commercial pilot certificate in as little as 18 months. Visit flywithlift.com today. Lift Academy. Get up here.
At KeyBank, we know a small moment like,
what's it like to have a yard?
Can lead to an even bigger question like,
am I ready to buy a home?
And that's the type of moment where we'll meet you, prepared to talk about everything you need to know when applying for a mortgage, so you can try to turn those backyard dreams into reality. Paul?
Yes?
Question. Are you a hammock person?
You know, I think I might be.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. NMLS 399797, Equal Housing Lender.
Pacers Nation, game time is Zyber time. Introducing Zyber with X, a nationwide internet service provider born right here in Indy. Zyber is fast. We offer fiber or fixed wireless or both. As the official internet provider of the Pacers, Zyber delivers championship speeds with style, making your internet seamless and worry-free with speeds up to 10 gigabits per second. Zyber is your surprisingly likable internet service, Indy. Follow our pace at Zyber.com. That's Zyber.com.
Be part of something bigger with a career at Nucor. When you join our organization, you become part of a team that makes an impact on people's lives, communities, and the environment. Join us to forge deep bonds with teammates, get the freedom to activate your ideas, and gain the stability to build a lifelong career. Learn more at nucor.com/careers. That's nucor.com/careers. Come be a part of something bigger at Nucor. Nucor is an equal opportunity employer.
6 minutes, 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. New York is in front, 100-84. They have never surrendered the lead, and they've led by as many as 22. Let's go to Pat in Indianapolis.
Yeah, the stark differences between the bench and the starters continue. The starters now 30% from the field, the bench 53%. That starting lineup came back in when Indiana got it back within 12, and the Knicks pretty quickly have it back to 16. Turnovers have been an area of major strength all season long, major strength in this series. So this is just one game. But in this series, the Pacers 10.5 turnovers per game coming into tonight, 18 tonight with still 6:21 to go. So it's been a weakness here this evening.
Out of the timeout, the Pacers will use Nesmith. Mathurin is back on. Siakam, Turner, and Halliburton. They've got 6 minutes and 21 seconds to do something about a 16-point deficit if they can't. Then game 6, 8 o'clock. Saturday night in Indianapolis. Anunoby will come for the Knicks with Towns, Hart, Brunson, and Bridges. New York with their starting lineup with the exception of Hart, who's in Robinson's place. Hart has played more minutes than Robinson in every game since coming off of the bench. Robinson in this game has 6 points and 6 rebounds. Hart has 11 and 7 rebounds. Pacers go to work with over 6 to play. They're down by 16. Halliburton, right edge of the arc, bouncing the ball to Turner. He threw it behind him. Rescued, though, by Mathurin, who fed it to the far sideline for an off-target Nesmith three. Rebounded by Anunoby. The Pacers are shooting pretty well from out there, 39%. But they're down by 16. And we're inside of 6 minutes to play. Brunson goes right edge of the arc, takes it back from Bridges. Shot clock at 7. Brunson left hand against Halliburton. Near sideline Bridges, drives it to the foul line, shoots from there and scores. A dozen for Bridges. Pacers had cut it to 12. The Knicks respond with a 6-point run. They're up 18 with 5.5 to go. Now Turner in the lane, juggled it, managed to get it to Mathurin, and then Mathurin is fouled. Team foul number 2 against New York. The ball will come in from the side. The foul is Bridges' first personal. Nembhard will return for the Pacers. Nesmith to the side. Nesmith's had a tough game shooting the ball. He's been shooting really well, not just in this series, but throughout the playoff. He's only 1 of 8 in this game, 1 of 5 from three-point range. 18-point New York lead. Here's Mathurin from 20 off the bounce. Front rim short. Rebound Anunoby. And the Knickerbockers take an 18-point lead to the forecourt with just over 5 minutes to play. Fourth quarter, game 5. Brunson got into the lane, bounced it to Hart, who whipped it into the near corner. Anunoby goes outside for a catch-and-shoot three, which Towns misses. Halliburton is there to rebound. Pacers down 18. Time becoming a major issue as Siakam works his way in, posting up right side and throwing it in off the right side glass.
Yeah, great advance of the pass there by Halliburton. Good catch by Siakam.
Halliburton with 6 points and 5 assists in this game after going for 32, 15, 12 rebounds and 4 steals in that impressive Game 4 performance. Brunson pulls up left wing and scores. He's got 32. New York in front by 18. 4.5 minutes to go. Halliburton on the drive. Gives it up on top. Siakam takes the right hand. Now spins down the left side. Nicely done. He laid it up too hard, though. And the Knicks rebound with Hart. Up the floor Anunoby. Right edge of the arc with 4:18 to go. Drives on Turner. Gets to the rim. Fakes once. Fakes twice. Fakes 3 times. Turner got a piece of the shot. But the deflection to Hart, who goes into the corner where Bridges misses a 3. Mathurin with the rebound. He drives the lane and scoops it in with a right hand. He has 23 points, but the Pacers trail by 16. We're inside of 4 minutes to play at Madison Square Garden. Hart has the ball. He's on the logo at center court. Siakam defending. And now Brunson will move to his right, goes to the edge of the arc. The shot clock down to 7. Hart back out to Brunson. Brunson against Turner. Now Nembhard over to harass. Ball loose and a turnover. Nembhard has it. The Pacers hurry to the other end. They're down 16. Siakam right wing goes baseline on Towns, and Towns fouled him on the way to the goal. He laid it in, but no basket.
One of the few times they go after him since he's got that 4th. That'll be his 5th there, but I'm not so sure if it's too little too late right now.
Well, down 16 with 3:26 to go. Never say never with this group. They've done some impressive things in that regard, these late game comebacks, but they just haven't played with their usual verve and energy in this game, and they've been behind literally from the beginning. New York's going to take a timeout with 3 minutes and 26 seconds left to play. Can there be any doubt that our Indiana Soybean Alliance versatile player of the game off the bench is Benedict Mathurin? He has been exempt from some of the observations we've made tonight, specifically that the Pacers aren't playing with any passion or energy, but he is playing with both.
Yeah, he has been. He's been instrumental to really just to be at all in striking distance throughout this game.
Indiana Soybean Alliance wants to remind fans that soybeans are the versatile crop of Indiana, providing Hoosiers with food, fuel, and fiber every day. Timeout, New York. They lead by 16. 3 minutes and 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We go to Pat Boylan.
Well, this has been a Pacers team that has been resilient both in games and throughout the season. We spent a lot of time talking about a lot of these numbers. Of course, Indiana overcame a 17-point deficit late in game number 1 to come back, so a 16-point deficit here with 3:26. Probably too steep a hill to climb, but you never really can say that with the Pacers. If they can't make this comeback, a nugget that we talked about a couple of days ago, the Pacers have now gone, as of today, 81 straight days without losing back-to-back games. It'll be 82 on Friday, and that's what the Pacers will try to do if they can't pull this off tonight to earn their second ever trip to the NBA Finals on Saturday.
The numbers going into this definitely favored the Pacers. They're 9-0 in series over the years in which they have taken a 3-1 lead. The Knickerbockers down 3-1 over the years 15 times, and they've never won a series. But it looks like they're going to force a game 6 here with 3:26 to go. Nembhard will play it in. Gets it to Halliburton, bluffing the 3, moving to his left. Towns picks him up. Now he'll drive it. He's in the lane, and he's at the hoop, laying it in with a right hand. 104-90 for New York. 3:15 to play. Left sideline, Hart. Siakam aggressively defending. Pacers need to force turnovers if they can. But this time, Siakam's called for a foul, and that'll be team foul number 3.
Again, that's 3 fouls that we've seen here in this second half that are just easy calls for the officials. I like the pressure and like what you're attempting to do, but it comes to a point.
3:07 left. Shot clock at 14 as Brunson gets set to inbound. Sends it in to Bridges. And Bridges goes center of the floor to Towns. 3 minutes left, fourth quarter. New York by 14. Brunson to Bridges, driving out of the corner. Sends it perimeter right. It winds up with Anunoby right in front of the New York bench. He missed a 3. Rebound loose on the baseline. It rolls to the side of the lane. Hart has it for New York with 2:48 to go. Towns out of the right corner, drives the baseline, and he's got a chance for a 3-point play.
It's a shot making that allowed him to get to that baseline and get yet another 3-point play opportunity.
They've had several of them tonight. Walker is going to return. That foul on Mathurin is his 3rd. And Walker. Shepard will also check in. Siakam is out. And so is Mathurin. 16-point New York lead. Just 2 minutes and 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Rick Carlisle has seen enough.
McConnell's going to check in as well. Pacers just did not have it. And almost literally from the opening tip, the Knicks scored the first 6 points. Never gave up the lead. They've led tonight by as many as 22. The Pacers have never been closer than 10 in the second half.
Yeah, it was literally from the start of the game. Turner fumbled that one where he had it right at the basket. And the Knicks have just completely been the aggressors, and there's no surprise when you see the results like that. You have got to be competitive from an approach standpoint the entire game.
Towns missed the foul shot at the other end. Toppin misses a three. Hart soars through the air and grabs his 11th rebound of the game. New York in front by 16 with 2 minutes and 26 seconds remaining. Bounce pass left side. Hart to the near corner. Anunoby into the lane. Bridges shuffles the ball inside for a Towns dunk.
That was disaster from the start. Double team Jalen Brunson all the way out to half-court line.
Pacers down 18 with just over 2 minutes to play. Nembhard from the right side is off target with a three. Long rebound Brunson. New York is going to be in Indianapolis Saturday night trying to force a Game 7 in this Eastern Conference Championship Series. 1:50 left. Brunson has the ball. Played by Walker. He's on the logo at center court. Shot clock is down to 6. Brunson for three, right of center. Rebound Towns in front. He missed a bank shot. Toppin has it. He'll take it to the other end. Toppin gives it up, left edge of the arc to Walker. His three on the way is an air ball. Out of bounds with 88 seconds left, and New York leading by 18. Our Kroger performer of the game. It could be Towns. It could be Brunson. I suppose it could be Hart. Pat, your call. What do you think?
I will go. Brunson's had some nights where he's scored a lot of points but hasn't been efficient. 12 of 18 from the field. I'll go Brunson.
32 points. 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Eddie?
Yeah, I would agree.
All right, Kroger proudly sponsors our performance of the game. Pacers have to regroup now, and they've got 2 days to do it. Pat has already chronicled how well they've done following losses. We saw an example of that as recently as Tuesday when they played an exceptional game and took a 3-1 lead in this series. What do they need to do to get back to that spot?
I mean, engagement. It's just engagement from the start of the game in terms of their activity, their execution, communication, all the intangibles of the game. And when you're able to get that done, you make shots, you get stops, you take care of the basketball. Right, those things happen when you have really a full commitment to what happens on that defensive end of the floor as well. I'm anxious to see if they potentially start throwing more bodies at Brunson or Towns also, because those two, they have been dominant throughout the series.
Brunson averaging 33 a game in this series, has 32 in this one. And Towns, who was averaging 26 and 11 and a half, has 24 and 13 in this game. So they've both been very productive.
And defensively, I mean, you give up 108 points right now with 128 remaining, so you haven't been awful defensively. I'd say there's been some poor decision-making in terms of the fouls and how you foul guys, but just 90 points offensively, not going to get it done.
Johnny Furphy makes his first appearance in the conference finals, playing with Nembhard, Thomas Bryant back out there, Shepard and Walker. 77 seconds left. New York has the ball, 10 on the shot clock. They lead by 18 points. Left wing, Achua, who checked in during the timeout, drives the baseline, rises up, and his jump shot is off target. The miss from Achua, rebounded by Furphy. 1 minute left in the fourth quarter. Nembhard's in the lane. Far corner, catch and shoot. Bryant off target with a three ball. Rebound tapped into the far corner, run down by Shepard. Up top, Walker, 49 seconds to go, and a pass into the lane results in a whistle. And a foul down there as they tried to get it into Bryant. That is team foul number 4. And personal foul number 1 on Achua. New York will reinsert DeLon Wright. And he'll play with Achua. McBride is on the floor. Hart is out there, and so is Shamet. 48 and 3/10 seconds left, fourth quarter. Pacers turn it over on the inbound. That's their 19th turnover of the game. Hart takes it to the goal, and he'll go to the line twice.
Yeah, again, that's the other thing that happens to you when the level of focus is not appropriately there. Just the turnovers, turning the basketball over.
Shepard's foul is his second. The double-double for Hart is his 6th of these playoffs. It's the 8th time in their 17 playoff games that he's collected at least 10 rebounds. And here he knocks down the foul shot. Checking in for his first appearance of the conference finals, just his second game in the playoffs this season. Ariel Hukporti, rookie from Germany, at 6'11".
Yeah, he's going to wait. He's getting Josh Hart.
Hart made the first, not the second. Rebounded by Indiana's Shepard. And as he comes up the right side, McBride reached out and fouled him, allowing Hukporti to check into the game. They're in front by 19 with just 40 seconds to play. And that last foul puts both teams in the penalty. Shepard on the line twice. He's got a pair of three-point field goals in this game. And he nails the foul shot. Hukporti during the regular season for New York played in 25 games. Also spent time in the G League. Hart is out. Shepard again. Swish. 40 seconds left. New York with a commanding lead. They have dominated this game. The Pacers never really with any kind of a serious challenge. They did briefly cut it to 10 in the third quarter, but New York quickly pushed it back to 22. And that 10-point deficit, the closest the Pacers have been in the second half. McBride into Hukporti at the front of the rim. He grabbed it and dunked it. 1:11:92, shot clock off, 17 seconds left. Nembhard got to the goal at the other end, and he laid it in. 1:11:94, 13 seconds to play. New York will get it across the timeline, and they will dribble out the rest of the clock. So the series is 3-2, with New York now having a chance to force a winner-take-all on their floor if they can get the job done in Indianapolis on Saturday night. The result is disappointing, Eddie, but more disappointing than that is just the lack of energy and passion in this game from the Pacers.
Yeah, it's just the approach that concerns you and have you scratch your head a little bit to start this game and really throughout it. But ultimately, you got an opportunity to go home and regroup. Obviously assess what you did here and try to make it right at Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
Complete post-game coverage coming from Madison Square Garden, where the Knickerbockers have closed to within 3-2. New York 111, Indiana 94. You're listening to Pacers basketball on the Elevance Health Radio Network.
Plan ahead for that next conference room meeting at work and watch people come to life when you walk in the room with that purple box from Jack's Donuts. You'll have plenty of choices with over 30 varieties of donuts. Add a 96-ounce box of Jack's Donuts coffee and hit that conference room in style. Let Jack's Donuts take care of your next big corporate meeting. Jack's Donuts since 1961. Learn more at jacksdonuts.com.
In Indiana, we grow basketball and soybeans. Just like the first bushel baskets used to create the game of basketball, we are growing bushels of beans all across the state, which help drive the Indiana economy, create sustainable products,